And welcome back to U Sports on CBC and our continuing coverage of the 2021 Men's Soccer National Championship from Carleton University in the beautiful capital city of Ottawa. I'm Stevie Ball along with Alex Zaslavsky, and welcome to the fourth game of the match. It's been a whirlwind day, Alex, but it's the Carleton Ravens taking on the UBC Thunderbirds for a final match of the day.
Stevie, it's been a long day, but also a brilliant day. Some amazing matches, some outstanding performances, a penalty shootout. We saw 2 extra time games, just really some incredible drama, and there's lots more to come.
And the team's warming up now on the pitch, and it'll be UBC Thunderbirds visiting the Carleton Ravens, I believe, for the first time on this field. They will play each other since 1984, and they did meet at a national championship, I believe, in 2018. Carleton University upset the UBC Thunderbirds. This is the 4th appearance for Carleton University in a row at the national championships, the U Sport National Championships, 2017, 18, 19, and now it's the host in 2021 as we took a year off, everyone, for 2020. We don't need to know why because we all know. But we're back here, and we've had a cracking start to the U Sport National Championships thus far, and we're eagerly awaiting this final match between the Thunderbirds and the Ravens. UBC was one of the 2 qualifying teams out of the West with, of course, University of Victoria. And as we look at the brackets there, we see Cape Breton booking their ticket. We see the Carabins, Montreal. Those are 2 of the powerhouses booking their ticket. Guelph, one of the top teams in the country, undefeated, also booking their ticket. And the final match we've all been waiting for here, the Carleton Ravens and the UBC Thunderbirds. So it's really chalking up to be a fantastic Final Four. The consolation finals will go tomorrow. Semifinals will go tomorrow, and then we'll have the regular semifinals on Saturday along with the consolation final. You can check out all the scores and information on the CBC website, and thank you for joining us. We're just getting ready for kickoff here, the final match, and we see the logo, beautiful logo there, the Carleton Ravens, and we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the opening kickoff at the U Sport National Championships final game on CBC Sports. And we are back as the referees do their customary fist bump. Welcome back to U Sport on CBC and our continuing coverage of the 2021 Men's Soccer National Championships from Carleton University in Ottawa. We're about to kick off the Carleton Ravens, the host team, against the UBC Thunderbirds. You see coming together there, and for a little pre-game huddle, a little pre-game dancing maybe. And I have Stevie Ball along with Alex Zaslavsky, and it's been a big day here, Alex, and we're going to finish it off with a cherry on top as the host team is going to take on the UBC Thunderbirds for a classic matchup.
It really does feel, Stevie, like we saved the best for last year. Carleton with the host, so much pressure on them, such a deep-rooted program. Really, they want to really go as far as they can here today, but I mean, UBC is just a name that you associate with success in Canadian university sports, not to mention just soccer, and they're going to have a lot to say about that today, aren't they?
They really, really are, Alex, and we've been amped up for this. The alumni are making their way into the crowd. There's a bit of tailgating going on, and the home fans will bring out a lot of support for their Ravens as we see them huddling up. The Ravens will be wearing white. You can see the Carleton on the front of the jersey there, and the UBC Thunderbirds will be in blue.
Stevie, the Carleton Ravens are here, of course, as hosts, but the University of British Columbia, due to the shortened 2021 Canada West season, had its fair share of challenges, most notably by the way of the number of injuries to key personnel. But thanks to a 4-0 win over Victoria in the final game of the regular season, combined with out-of-town results, the Birds were able to secure a home playoff berth for the Canada West quarterfinals, where they dispatched the Calgary Dinos 2-1. They headed then to Calgary for the Canada West Final Four and advanced to the gold medal match with a 1-0 win in overtime over the host Mount Royal Cougars on Jackson Farmer's goal in 101st minute.
Wow. Great story for the UBC Thunderbirds, and they're going to be in tough here today against the Ravens, but they certainly, as Alex mentioned, have the pedigree. They have a strong tradition. I mean, for when Alex and I played at Carleton, UBC was had a perennial berth into the national championship. They were champions in '84 against us here. We lost on penalties, and a bit of a gut wrencher when Ravenfield looked a lot different than it does today. But you're in for a treat here as UBC and Carleton, 2 powerhouses of men's soccer, will go to battle here in the final game of the quarterfinals. And we're underway here at the Raven Perch.
Put your seatbelts on, everyone.
Five mandatory seatbelts for this one. And Carleton wearing white, and as we mentioned, UBC in blue.
Big bright numbers on the back of both shirts, Stevie.
Yeah, they must have heard the feedback that we struggling to see some numbers, but we're underway here. And Carleton Ravens will have a healthy crowd. The alumni have been waiting for this one for years, and it's the fourth berth in a row for the Ravens. They'll be hosts. They've given up a foul there. They'll probably play their traditional formation. UBC will check them out, and quick early foul here in the first minute. Ball played forward. That's Ricky Comba, the captain for Carleton. Knock it down the line, and Carleton under a bit of early pressure. Tariq Hamad will dispose of the ball out of the area.
Stevie, the UBC Thunderbirds start with McKay in goal, Kaiser, Lee, Farmer, Cole, Logan, excuse me just a moment.
Logan Chung, I believe.
Yeah, Logan Chung, Pang, Pirot, Fusel, Momotani, and Gardner. The Ravens will counter with Kyle Potter in goal, Garcia, Mohisar, Dario Conte, Gabby Bitar, Mizota, Tariq Hamad, Ricky Comba, Mitchell O'Brien, Luca Piccoli, and Matteo DeBrienne to start this match.
Good early chance for the UBC Thunderbirds, and Kyle Potter, the goalkeeper for Carleton, stuck his fist out and cleared the ball, and here come the Ravens. Ravens wearing white, of course, and you'll see the Carleton emblazoned on the front of their jerseys. And here's UBC. Wayward shot from distance, and never going to bother anyone there, except maybe the ball boy.
7:30 Stevie, a night game. A lot of anticipation for both of these teams. You know, as a coach, do you want your team to watch the other teams play, or do you want to kind of isolate them, in your opinion, from the other games?
That's a tricky question, Alex. I'm not going to answer it, but you're right. You're really you want to enjoy the tournament, but really Carleton comes in focused, a focused team. I was with them during the week, and really the guys look focused, and it's a veteran-laden team, isn't it? A few rookies sprinkled in there, as all the teams, but one of the more experienced teams here at the tournament.
Yeah, Stevie, this is the fourth year for this generation. You got to think this is really the time that they're going to want to go as far as they can and further than they ever have before at this level.
And we'll see a very technical side in Carleton, and UBC, we haven't seen them this year. We've watched a few games streaming, but also a side not to be taken lightly with a strong pedigree, given away in midfield now. Tough touch is stayed in bounds, still manages to be defying gravity there, and eventually finds its way out, and it'll go Carleton's way. Carleton traditionally play three at the back, Alex, with two wing backs, and I think we won't see a change in formation. That's Captain Ricky Comba on the ball now. You notice Mitch O'Brien getting the start as well, number 17 for the Ravens. Dario Conte, of course, the maestro, number 10. Former All-Canadian. Rafi Garcia was the All-Canadian selection this year. And Matteo DeBrienne, number 22, they're also a player to watch. Scored a cracking Van Persie-esque goal earlier in the season against York University. He's on the ball now. All blooped up. Both teams still trying to get a feel for the game. And Matteo DeBrienne.
Stevie, just looking at Mike Mosher, the coach of UBC, just his legacy with the program. In his 24th year as the head coach of the most decorated men's soccer program in the history of U Sports, really, Mosher's approaching another significant milestone in his career that has been full of honors. He needs just 3 conference wins next season to reach 200 victories. It's a staggering. You can't really conceptualize what an achievement that is.
Yeah, I know Sandy Mackey was close to 200 in his career in 24 years at 191, but that's an incredible statistic, Alex. And some coaching legacies in U Sport that are just noteworthy, really, and impressive dedication from the coaches across the league. UBC now in possession. Looking for a shot, an opportunity. Mitch O'Brien hounding the ball. He's come away with it. He'll lay it off to Comba. Comba out to Gabby Bitar. Bitar, danger man for the Ravens, number 10. And you'll see a technical side here. Short passes, a lot of movement off the ball from the Ravens. And UBC is handling themselves quite well thus far with a little bit more possession. And Carleton will also hunt in packs and like to repossess when they give it away. UBC coming down the channel here on the Bronson side, on the campus side.
Stevie, the substitutes for UBC tonight: Fisher, Gnocchi, Kaiser, Fletcher, Richardson, Jaslavsky, and Lencilius. Pardon me.
You can hear the crowd starting to sing. They're chanting for a goal. The Carleton Ravens have several songs they've been rehearsing, the fans, and here comes UBC. Good pressure from UBC, but easily cleared there by a big Hassan Mohasser for the Ravens. UBC in possession now. Carleton hasn't quite settled yet. UBC with the bulk of possession, and they're coming down the campus side. The ball's trickled out of bounds, and it'll go Carleton's way.
As a contrast, Stevie, on Carleton's bench tonight is Alban Meadow, Quinn Honeyman Wooten, Junior Asare, Huash, Tyler David, Moses Kafiro, and Danny Asaf.
So we see a slightly different look. So we see Ricky Comba actually playing in the left back position over Moses Kafiro, who played there in the regular season. And we were hip to that change midweek. We heard that might be happening. And Ricky Comba, normally a midfielder, but he's playing left back. And that's a way to get Scotty Mazzata, Dario Conte, Mitch O'Brien all into midfield and diversify the lineup a little bit. But Kwesi Loney is the benefactor of having a very deep lineup, Alex, and he certainly is not afraid to go to the bench.
No, it's a chronic selection headache this year for Coach Loney, hasn't it been? It's so difficult to leave some of these players out. It really comes down to, who is the most in form out of a really informed squad.
Exactly right. I mean, there's some players who played at the beginning of the season who aren't even dressed, and that's a testament to the depth. And here's UBC with a free kick from almost midfield and found its way into the box. Player's gone down, no foul. Still up, and Carleton has to be a bit careful there, and they've cleared their lines. UBC looking very confident in the first 6 minutes of the match, and Rafi Garcia's hit the deck there. Here comes Carleton. Looks like the rain's let up, Alex, but...
Rafi Garcia, first team All-Canadian. What an absolute cracker season he had.
Season.
What a great player he is.
That's a lovely young man, and he's sporting the Movember mustache as well, the thin stash, and there's Matteo DeBrienne, full of energy, full of beans, number 22 for the Ravens. Here comes Carleton now. Piccioli with a tricky move into Dario Conte, sprays a signature ball out to the touchline, and that looked like a foul on Mazzata, but not given, and ball still lurking in the box. UBC will clear it, and Carleton with their probably best chance of the match with good build up there.
Stevie, a bunch of notable players to watch on UBC. I'll go through them over the course of the first half. Bennett McKay, the goalkeeper, nonetheless, Canada West 2021 Rookie of the Year, and back-to-back clean sheets in the Canada West Final Four, including 12 saves in the gold medal match. So, I mean, he's up for this game. He's
Absolutely.
A big game player, it sounds like.
Here are the Ravens. Big Hassan Mohasser, the Algonquin transfer, back to Comba, who'll go back to Kyle Potter. Potter into Tariq Hamad. He'll go long, looking for his spectacular goal partner, Matteo DeBrienne. Matteo playing up front with Gabby Bitar and Dario Conte just tucking in underneath there, and Scotty Mazzata, of course, on the Bronson side. Luca Piccioli on the ball now, number 21 for the Ravens. Brother Julian, of course, former captain and now assistant coach with the Ravens. Family's a big Carleton supporters, and there's Matteo DeBrienne being harassed, and ball's knocked out of bounds by UBC. Carleton throwing.
Stevie, also be sure to keep an eye on Thomas Gardner, the number 28 for UBC. He played 40 matches with Vancouver Whitecaps FC2, and he was selected first overall in the 2021 CPL U Sports Draft to FC Edmonton.
Yeah.
So just some really quality players here that may be unknown to a lot of these Carleton players. And, you just really don't know where the danger is going to come from when you're playing a team that you haven't played before. And that goes both ways.
Agreed. And we do have two Carleton players that are experienced out west. Matteo DeBrienne did train a little bit with the Vancouver Whitecaps. That's at Dario Conte in their younger years. And they're still very young, mind you. But in their really young years. And a lot of Carleton players have come through academies, as have UBC, and the pedigree is very, very high in both programs. Carleton now looking for that first goal. It's Dario Conte. he can certainly whip the ball in. And Carleton doesn't employ a long throw often, but it looks like they're going to do so here. And this is a bit old school. And Dario Conte with an effective throw into the box dealt with by UBC.
Very deep throw.
It's fallen for O'Brien. Squirted out there, but it's still being bandied about. The drums going in the crowd as the fans are engaged, and they're urging the Ravens on to try and score that crucial first goal. Seems to have made a difference in a few of the games here. Cape Breton scored first and managed to squeak through, and Guelph also scored first and, of course, did not concede.
Yeah, Cape Breton had a real scare just in the last game, didn't they, Stevie? They just escaped.
As did Montreal, really, didn't they? Yeah.
Really, as did Montreal, you know. Quality is one thing, but who can bring their best game and peak at the right time is really a major factor here, isn't it? You can't really count any of these teams out that are still in it.
It is. This is not the time to have a bad 90 minutes, and it is the time to have a fantastic 90 minutes and hopefully propel your team to where they might otherwise not be. But Carleton Ravens in the final game here on CBC of the U Sport Men's National Championships. Glad you could join us. Stevie Ball and Alex Zaslavsky bringing you the call from the nation's capital. It's nighttime. Bronson Avenue is very busy there in the distance on the far side where the throw-in's being taken. And I refer to the campus side, which is the side where the stands are in.
Stevie, as we know, Carleton coach Kwesi Loney is the 2019 U Sports Coach of the Year. He entered his sixth season as head coach of the Carleton Ravens in the fall of 2021. In 2019, the Ravens came off their best ever finish under Loney after ending 2018 with a U Sports National Bronze Medal, following up a sixth place finish in 2017.
Yeah, and it's been a good run with these boys, Alex, in the Carleton program, and a few of them graduating this year, so they're hoping to finish off on a positive note. And unfortunately lost to UQTR in Montreal in extra time to go to the national final in that tournament. But we're back here, back to the match. UBC dealing with that, the top of the box, but Carleton lurking, and they'll just knock it out of bounds for a throw-in.
Catch the 2021 Protocase U Sports Women's Soccer Championship presented by Bell Alliant all weekend long from Cape Breton University, only on cbcsports.ca and CBC Gem.
CBC carrying a lot of games here, and we're glad you could join us on this service. And here's Carleton. Oh, Matteo DeBrienne, and it's gone out for a throw-in, but he was looking for an angle there, and that came out of nothing.
He's such an explosive player, Stevie. Really, like you said, turned something into nothing there. Just a little cheeky ball from Luca Piccioli, and DeBrienne just smashes it across the 6-yard box.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Bennett McKay had a beat on that one, but the Ravens starting to come into the match now. Have to be careful on the counterattack, and here comes UBC.
DeBrienne, of course, OUA East Rookie of the Year and U Sports All-Rookie this year. What a selection. What a great shout.
Just had a fantastic season. And Mohasser pop it up and try to get it out of danger. Here's Carleton now. Gabby Batar. He'll flick it out to Raf Garcia, who gives away possession, but he really had no choice. Ball through! Oh, and it's a cheeky chip. UBC 1-0. And it's a quality goal, Alex. It's quite a finish from Nick Froussel.
Stevie, you got to say it's really unexpected. It was a little bit against the run of play. Neither team had a chance to settle into the match yet, but UBC find themselves ahead 1-0 after 13 and a half minutes.
And it's a composed finish, isn't it, Alex? It takes a tough bounce, but he just chips it over Kyle Potter, and that's the first goal of the match, and UBC starts out in spectacular fashion.
Oh, really? Stevie was brilliant control. Kyle Potter came out. He tried to make himself big. There's a yellow card.
I think kicking over the corner flag in celebration, Alex, if I'm not sure that's allowed. And an exuberant celebration, rightfully so. Probably adrenaline rushing, but...
yeah, you can't really blame Foussel there. It was a brilliant goal. Just sets his team up for success here 14 minutes in. Again, another great goal for the neutral and for UBC fans. It's going to open up this game and create some really exciting football going forward.
And it's a great goal from the third-year player at UBC. And Carleton now, this will certainly wake up the crowd. They were chanting, one is coming, but it wasn't the team they intended to score. And UBC has stamped their mark on the game here, 1-0 early on, 15 minutes gone here in the match. Stevie Ball and Alex Zaslavsky here on CBC. Here's Gabby Batar. He's found some space. They're backing off him. He's found that space in the middle. He's gone out wide. Here's Mazzata looking to cut it back. Oh, that's a quality chance. at the near post. Second chance in about 5 minutes for the Ravens. And they have not. Oh, another quality chance. Good save. Rebound. And it's gone in. That's a goal. Carleton followed up by Rafi Garcia. Hang on, the ref's waving it off. Oh, my goodness. And it looks like the ref has called a foul on Rafi Garcia. There's no VAR, Alex, so this will not be challenged. And that looked, we'll check the replay on that, but he waved it off. And we thought we had a goal, but it's still 1-0 UBC.
Let's just check the replay on that. Mitch O'Brien, Stevie, with the strike. The goalkeeper bobbles it. I have no idea why the referee called that back. That looked like a brilliant goal to me. The ball was always loose. The goalkeeper never had it.
No, that, to be honest, that's a stunner, Alex. I mean, there was no possession there, right? It was just a collision in the aftermath.
I'm absolutely stunned by the fact that that's been called back. I think
no UBC has gotten away with that one there, because as we see the ball come in here, Alex, right? He bobbles it. He's not in possession. He's still not. He never touches it after that.
Rafi Garcia had every right to go for that ball. He hit it against the goalkeeper. I think ultimately maybe that's what gets
unless he called a handball, maybe it popped up and hit his hand.
Maybe
but
it's possible that that's happened. We couldn't really tell, but it's not a foul for me. It might have been handball. We have to give the referee the benefit of the doubt. He's closer to the pitch, to the event than we are, but really, really disappointing for Carleton. But I mean, promising at the same time, they got to keep coming if they want to get back into this game, and it just shows the kind of game that this is going to be.
Absolutely, and they certainly didn't seem affected by the goal, and they do have boatloads of offense, Alex, and it'll be on display here today. We'll see if UBC can weather this storm and maybe even add to their lead. 1-0 UBC here, coming up on 17 minutes in the first half, and Carleton's still very attack-minded. Ricky Comba jumping up.
It's gone by really quick, the 17 minutes, hasn't it, Stevie? It
really has.
Just feels like the game.
At first I thought it was the coffee, but then I realized the time is actually elapsing quite quickly, and Carleton hosting their first nationals of the elite the past 4 years, and have yet to win their first national championship. UBC, no strangers to winning national championships throughout their history. They managed to even beat us in 1984. Here's UBC now in possession. Oh, and it's taking a deflection. Scotty Mazzotta. And it's come off his hand, unfortunately, Alex, and it's gone for UBC.
Stevie, which OUA team will host the U Sports Mitchell Bowl on the road to the Vanier Cup? Find out Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern when the Queens Gales host the Western Mustangs in the 113th OUA Yates Cup Championship game on CBCSports.ca and CHCH TV.
Back to live action here at Keith Harris Stadium, the Raven Perch. UBC up 1-0. Very cheeky goal from UBC, and they're dangerous up front, Alex. And here's another run for UBC. They'll take a shot. Ricky Comba blocks it in the midsection. Tough touch, and that's going to be a foul against Mitch O'Brien. I think is a bit of a late challenge. Carleton unlucky not to score. We didn't quite catch what the foul was called on the UBC goalkeeper. That's definitely a foul.
Yeah, just a little bit late by Mitch. He was lunging for the ball, just mistimed the challenge. But, I mean, Carleton has every right to possibly be frustrated. They thought they equalized. They conceded very, very early. It's very important that a team that's down 1-0, especially as the hosts, there's extra pressure from that they keep their heads, they maintain their composure. Lots of game left to be played, lots of opportunities. Just keep playing your game. Ricky as well, Stevie. I think maybe Ricky might have taken just a bit of a knock with the ball. Maybe he might have just blocked a shot into the midsection. He might be just a bit winded. I
think that's exactly what happened, Alex. He hopped up from it, but he definitely took it in a place you don't want to take it. And it was a bit of a sharp cross, and I think he's going to walk it off as we see two players on the wall here, Debrienne and looks like Dario Conte. UBC now. Quality ball, and it's taken a deflection off of Carleton. It's gone for a corner. I believe that was Tarek Ahmad getting a boot to it, but it came off awkwardly, and it's gone for UBC. UBC demonstrating their danger here in the attacking third, putting Carleton under some early pressure. 20 minutes gone in the match. The fourth match of the day here on CBC, the U Sport Men's National Championships for men's soccer. Corner kick UBC. Crowd is definitely trying to urge their Ravens on. The drum is going. Referee having a word here and trying to sort out some nonsense in the box, and UBC will take another of their trademark dangerous corners. Swung right to the goalkeeper. Kyle Potter's had to be careful. He's punched it to safety, and I think he might have got fouled there by number 5, Jackson Farmer.
Stevie, the OUA champions host the best football team from the Maritimes in the 2021 Mitchell Bowl next Saturday at noon Eastern, only on cbcsports.ca.
There's Mitch O'Brien taken down from behind, and Carleton will play it early. Referee wants it back, however, and wasn't the greatest free kick anyhow. But Mitch O'Brien a little bit upset about this. I think he was essentially hogtied from behind here. I think he felt a bit unjustly fouled, but referees hadn't seen reason to give a card. Carleton possession. Comba knocks it into Debrienne, too heavy. Gabby Bitar will give chase, but find its way into Bennett McKay. McKay, the goalkeeper for UBC, with quality distribution down the sideline there, and Mitch O'Brien will recover. He's given it away, however. Here's 3 UBC attackers into the channel. Ricky Combs recovered well, and he got fouled there, but the refs played on.
Yeah, Mitch O'Brien just caught in possession there.
Yeah, the momentum going against them there, and we see the Carleton Raven fans with the scarves on, and they're a big part of Carleton culture here. If you've ever been down to the nation's capital to catch a university game, you've definitely heard of the Bronson boys. Couple of drums going, and there they are bouncing in the crowd. That's Chris Bronze and Jason DaCosta. We recognize those faces, former Carleton players, and Carleton looking to get on the board for their alumni and their fans in the crowd. Here's UBC now, though, looking to spoil the party. Here's UBC. Good ball into the channel. Here's another quality chance. We'll have a strike on goal. Taking a deflection, and I believe that's gone in. That's a goal, Alex. I thought it was over the bar, but off of Ricky Comba, 2-0 UBC. A blooping goal, Alex. It just found its way, and everything's going UBC's way at this moment.
Stevie, it is the most unluckiest of goals. I think if you look at the UBC manager, I don't think he can believe it himself that they're up 2-0 after 22 minutes. Completely unlucky. Can't fault Ricky Comba here. You can't fault Kyle Potter. If you just
it finds a way.
A 1 in 100. Oh, it's just a heartbreak for Carleton as the host. They're going to have to really find some bottle here to get back in this game quick.
And that's a shocker, but Nicholas Momotany has put the UBC Thunderbirds up 2-0 here and silenced the crowd at 23 minutes. UBC 2, Carleton nothing, and the hosts are in shock, Alex. The Ravens definitely dominating in possession, but UBC has counterattacked twice really effectively and buried their chances. Here's Carleton now.
They're in shock for sure, Stevie. I mean, it's probably no more than UBC deserves. They've been able to overtake possession in the middle of the park and create those opportunities. Very, very lucky there, but at the same time, luck is created through skill. Oh, and there was a real half chance there.
Gabby Bassar lurking, but Bennett McKay gets rid of it just in the nick of time. And that's going to be, I believe, a foul against Hassan Mohasser. And Carleton must feel a bit hard done by. They'd had a goal disallowed, and then UBC's come right back down and scored 2-0 UBC, and the hosts are looking for an answer. Free kick right from 40 yards. Looking to the bench for instruction are the UBC Thunderbirds. Looks like it'll be Chris Lee on the ball for UBC. And it's a bit heavy, and it's gone out for a goal kick.
Oh, Stevie, just absolutely a gut punch for Carleton. They're still well in this game. They were already down 1-0. They were starting to create chances, starting to put some passes together, and that's just lethal counterattack and just like a really, really unfortunate situation, unfortunate goal for Carleton, but amazing for UBC. They find themselves in a position they probably did not expect to be in, and now they can maybe just sit back, absorb some pressure, play on the counter, try to get one more, and kill off the host before halftime.
Yeah, agreed. And it's certainly taken the crowd out of it, Alex, and that's a good strategy if you're coming into the Ravens perch. But Carleton, again, ever dangerous, lots of skill, lots of ability, and they'll certainly maintain possession, but they certainly need to find a way through and score a goal. 2-0 UBC, 25 minutes gone in the first half here at the U Sport Men's National Championships here on CBC Sports. Glad you could join us. Carleton now in white in possession. Mohasser. Unfortunately passed out of bounds, intended for Debrienne. Carleton, a veteran side. I'm sure they'll try to shake off these goals, and they've been down before. They've still got plenty of time. They've got the home field advantage. They've got the crowd. They unfortunately do not have the goals at the moment and find themselves in trailing.
UBC has the goal, Stevie. They've done what they needed to do here. They've taken their chances, and that's what it's about, really. You got to create those chances. Not only that, you have to take them, and UBC's taking them today. 2-0. It's very early, as we know from our previous games.
Conte. Great shot. Oh, and it's found a way through, but the goalkeeper got a mid on it and cleared by UBC. But there's another chance from nothing. Dario Conte skirting the line. You're right, Alex. Shooting benefit, right? I mean, if you've got a team and you can learn how to shoot on target, you're going to get goals. And UBC has illustrated that here tonight so far. And
yeah, that was brilliant play from Dario Conte. There, just created that chance out of nothing by himself.
UBC. Crowd still singing. Still plenty of time to urge their Ravens forward, and they're in a big hole here, down 2-0, however. Good one touch there, but UBC's nipped in behind Hassan Mohasser, and a bit sloppy at the back for Carleton. Here comes Pitar.
Quite untidy, Stevie, you're right.
Dario Conte gives away possession, and UBC just waiting for the counterattack, and that's Mackenzie Cole on the ball, and Ravens swarming him. It's gone out of bounds for Carleton.
Yeah, I think it's a free kick for Ricky Cole.
Yeah, you're right. Little hands in the back.
Mm.
Coming up on half an hour gone in the match. Third of the way done, and Carleton in a 2-0 hole to the UBC Thunderbirds. Don't seem to mind playing in Ottawa, do the Thunderbirds?
No.
Ball down the Bronson side.
And Stevie, we've obviously called a number of Carleton matches this year. We've seen them down, not very often, but we have. Can they maintain their composure? Can they stick to their game, not get too impatient and start, pressuring themselves to get forward? They need to maintain that composure, create those pockets of space for Bitard, for Dario Conte, to create opportunities for Matteo Debrienne. So lots of time left to be played. Can Carleton maintain the composure they'll need to get back in this game?
Yeah, and agreed. It might be a psychological thing. We saw that even in the Canada-Mexico match midweek, where Canada raced to a 2-0 lead and Mexico nearly tied it up in the final minute, right? So sometimes it can play with your psychology. You can start sitting back, and if Carleton can maintain their composure, play their game, their skillful midfield possession game, they're certainly not out of it down 2-0. Here's UBC. A third goal, however, would be a big mountain, Alex, and UBC is certainly looking for that. I don't think they're going to be throwing too much caution forward, but they certainly will take a chance if it's...
they're going to take a chance, Stevie. They're going to sit a little bit deeper now. They're going to play on the counter-attack, I believe. They're going to make Carleton come at them.
Carleton doesn't play a lot of long ball, although we have in our history back in the day, but Carleton now more of a possession-style team, looking to build from the back. Here's UBC. Touch has gone their way. Ricky Comba defending. He's committed the foul. An awkward foul there on the goal scorer, Momatani. Nicholas Momatani with again maybe the goal of his life. I'm not sure. We don't get a chance to see UBC games, but when you score in the national championship tournament, it's got to be a feather in your cap. That's a foul, but given, not given, as Carleton come away with possession 3-on-4. Conte into Mazzata. Mazzata, cheeky nutmeg, but didn't get on the end of it, and it's gone for UBC.
Yeah, just a bit of a loose touch, Stevie. But Stevie, the Montreal Carabin host the best Canada West champions in the 2021 UTEC Bowl next Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, only on cbcsports.ca.
It's Coach Kwesi Loney of the Carleton Ravens. And
warranted concern on his face, eh?
absolutely. A former Carleton player who's become head coach, succeeding longtime head coach Sandy Mackey. Here come the Raven. Pardon me. Here comes UBC. A little nip at the heels there, and here's the goal scorer Momatani. And
Stevie, I think Mitch O'Brien's going to go in the book here. I think he's had
a couple of fouls leading up to that, right, Alex?
Yeah. I'm actually not sure if it's Mitch O'Brien. My apologies. Mitch is way over there. I think the referee might have. I'm not sure who the referee booked in that moment.
There were about 5 Carleton Ravens standing there, and it might be Mateo DeBrienne, but
I think so.
I don't even think Mateo was involved. It's one of those ones where the ref wasn't sure, so maybe he just books the closest player. Mateo DeBrienne being a good citizen there and plopping it down for the UBC Thunderbirds, who I'm sure aren't wasting time at the 30-minute mark, but maybe slowing the game down and killing some momentum for the Thunderbirds is probably not a bad thing.
No, taking this thing out of Carleton here at every opportunity is the right strategy for UBC.
Dangerous ball, but Potter's come. A bit of a collision there. Referee certainly got to have a word, and I think maybe not a yellow, but maybe he's calling it tight, and that was a bit too much contact for his liking. Ball swung in by Chris Lee. I thought it was a bit too much on the goalkeeper there, but
I think maybe just at the last moment, Jackson Farmer just had a look at the goalkeeper instead of the ball, and I think that probably cued the referee on that it might be a foul.
Yeah, and I don't think Farmer was being malicious there in any way. He was just competing for the ball. And again, we saw that with the goal disallowed from Carleton earlier in the match. 2-0 UBC, ball down the Bronson side. Here comes Carleton now. Mazzata trying to escape the pressure, but there's more pressure on the far side. Here's Mateo DeBrienne into the channel. Great ball into Batar. Cleaned up from UBC, but Gabby Batar gets tangled up there with Daniel Kaiser. Mateo DeBrienne will concede the throw to Kaiser. Here comes UBC. Here come the Ravens, though, looking for a repossession. UBC's been disciplined, they've been organized, and they've got 2 goals, Alex. They've taken their chances. Really, there's only been 2 chances for the Thunderbirds, and they've managed to do well on both of them. Here's Carleton, out to DeBrienne. DeBrienne into Batar. Batar with enough pressure to get the ball back to DeBrienne. DeBrienne's found a seam. He'll try to get in the box. He's done so very effectively, but cleared by UBC.
Yeah, it's a good ball inside, Stevie, but really good positioning by the UBC backline. Easily cleared, but Carleton slowly starting to ask some questions. You could see they're a little bit shell-shocked, but they need to put a couple passes together and create chances for DeBrienne and Batar.
Yeah, strategically, they can pull one back and make it 2-1 at half, Alex. There's still a lot of time to play, but that certainly would be a good result. Here's Conte! Ooh! He can strike from distance, Alex, and that narrowly missed the far post.
Yeah, a really difficult skill there, Stevie. Dario had to wrap his entire body, his entire hip around the ball to bring that shot back to the near post and away from Bennett McKay.
Tough touch there, and the crowd giving the goal scorer, Momatani, a little bit of grief over his first touch. I'm sure he won't mind, though. He's on the score sheet, and sure he's very happy about that. Here's Batar. Batar, boatloads of skill. A little bit of a hit and hope ball, though, but it's found a bit of space.
Yeah, Mazzata's going to chase every lost cause there is, Stevie.
Yeah, he really is. A lot of energy on the 4th-year player from Ottawa.
The ball boy casually having a dribble across the penalty area.
You got to take your glory time when it comes to Alex, and it's 15 seconds of fame and a little bit of back and forth between the goalkeeper and the defender there for the Thunderbirds, but they wisely get it up the pitch.
Yeah, very direct style of play from UBC so far, Stevie, but you can't fault them. It's been working for them. They're up 2-0. They're doing what they have to do to take this thing out of the game and take the score line away from the hosts.
Yeah, and a little unlucky for the Ravens, but at the same time, UBC, when you put the ball on net, good things happen, and they've done so twice effectively here in the match. 35 minutes gone in the first half on CBC Sports, the men's championships from 2021. We're happy to be bringing you the call. Stevie Ball and Alex Zaslavsky. That's a long punt, Alex, all the way down to Kyle Potter.
Stevie, just checking my Twitter, we've heard from fans all over the world, really. We've heard from fans from Ireland. I know someone was watching from Dublin, and a couple of our friends just sent us a message tuning in live from Guatemala.
That's great. With the feed on CBC, right? I mean, it's great. You can pick up the game anywhere, and we're really thankful for the support. And the Carleton University community, the UBC community, right? They're huge soccer cultures, and they were all eagerly anticipating this match. So keep the tweets coming and keep getting engaged in U Sports, because there's more great games to come here on CBC. Mitch O'Brien engaged in a battle in midfield. Here's Conte, the maestro, out to Debrienne. Debrienne looking for that space just over top of the UBC back line, and UBC big back line, Jackson Farmer back there, Daniel Kaiser, Chris Lee. It'll be difficult to break down, but if anyone can, it's certainly these Ravens. Carleton now in possession. That's Mazzotta. Mazzotta's got a runner out on the Bronson side. He waited a bit too long, and Rafi Garcia, had made the run, and a little frustration there for the Ravens. Just need a bit better communication there on the run, but Rafi Garcia, an impressive rookie for the Carleton Ravens, number 2 from Ottawa, and an Ottawa Athletico product as well. Deserved All-Canadian award this year. He's just been deadly as a defender, an attacking defender on the right side. Here's Matteo Debrienne into Conte. Conte will lay it off to Piccioli. Piccioli into Garcia. Garcia, classic cutback. Mazzotta! What a save! Again, it was struck at the goalie, Alex, but he had to be firm, and that's Scotty Mazzotta.
Stevie, really, it's brilliant from Bennett McKay. It's a huge, huge save. It's a really blistering shot. Scotty got everything he could into that, and I'm not sure. It might have been blocked by the defender, I think, and McKay was just able to pounce on it. I'm not exactly sure who blocked the initial effort. Came in very, very effectively from Rafi Garcia. I don't think he's swung a bad ball in all year. Here come the Thunderbirds. In a very, very advantageous position here, up 2-0. If you're just joining us on CBC, thanks for coming out and tuning in here. The Men's U Sport National Championships at Carleton University in Ottawa, Ontario. Rainy afternoon, Alex. It made for a slick pitch. It definitely came down really hard in a few games, but it looks to have subsided. It's settling into a bit of a cool winter evening here in mid-November in the nation's capital. Oof. Lunging tackle, but no foul on Piccioli. Here comes UBC. Giving away possession. Conte, head up, always looking to distribute. Mazzotta just in a little bit of trouble there. Yeah, little stutter step didn't work, and UBC maintains possession. And 2 early goals from the Thunderbirds, and the match is definitely settling down into a midfield battle, but Carleton have yet to break down the defensive line of the UBC Thunderbirds. UBC's doing a good job of winning the second ball, Stevie. You often see them take possession after a 50-50 ball into the middle of the park. Carleton has to start winning more of those second balls and settling down and creating before they can get back into this game. Here's Conte now. Into Batar. Batar for Conte. It might have been Mazzotta. Yeah, you're right. It was Mazzotta making a late run, and Scotty wasn't expecting it. He was on the back foot a bit. Ball down the Bronson side. It's trickled its way out. And must be said, Alex, Carleton have also had 2 quality chances. One disallowed, and another big save from the goalkeeper. 2 near misses on the far post as well. And Carleton a bit unlucky, but
really at this stage, the execution has been all UBC, and they find themselves up 2-0. We see a stoppage in play here on the Bronson side. Not sure if we have a substitution. We'll get that for you if possible.
Stevie, CBC TV is your home for the 2021 Scotiabank Vanier Cup presented by Levio. Catch the best in university football action December 4th at 1 p.m. on CBC, CBC Gem, and cbcsports.ca.
We definitely got it going on here at CBC Sports, and glad you could join us here for the U Sport Men's National Championship. Carleton UBC. UBC in possession now.
UBC well in this game, really proper handle in this game, 2-0 up against the hosts. Daunting proposition to keep this lead, but they're doing really well so far.
Batar, he'll have a crack, and dealt with fairly easily by Bennett McKay. And Gabby Batar is dangerous at the top of the box. He didn't quite connect there. And ball flicked inadvertently into UBC. The quick strike, and Kyle Potter waved at it. Luckily, it went wide. And a strike from distance, Alex, but it was low and effective.
I'm not sure if the player expected to get that ball. I think it was just skidded off Mitch O'Brien. Might have been an inadvertent flick on, and it was a half chance created that made Kyle Potter have to scramble a little bit.
Ravens in white, UBC in the dark blue, almost a purple color. Down the Bronson side, that's Bronson Avenue there in the distance. You can see the traffic bordering on the stadium here at Carleton University. UBC in possession. Dario Conte fighting off his challenge, and he'll lay it off to Debrienne. He's got Ricky Comba making a streaming run down the side into the channel, and he's been found. Here's Comba. A little too close to the goalkeeper, Alex. It was the right intent, but poor execution.
Carleton will be hard-pressed, Stevie, to get a goal before the half. You kind of feel like it maybe is essential just to shift momentum in this game. I don't know. It's not looking likely at the moment. UBC seems to just have a good grip on the game. They have a good grip on Carleton's attack, and Carleton just seems to be unlucky going forward. A couple half chances, a couple saves in front of the goalkeeper, McKay, but really 2-0 is the defining point of the game at the moment, isn't it?
It is, and UBC seem okay letting Carleton pass around through midfield, and then eventually at some point they just clog it up and look for the repossession. UBC playing a bit more direct now, but it's been effective for them. These little flicks forward have put Carleton under a great deal of pressure at the back. There's Tarek Hamad composed, but again, Carleton looking a bit disjointed, and they've got to get a harness on the frustration, Alex. It can be good, productive frustration, but can also be destructive if you're not careful. And Kwesi Loney, the coach of the Ravens, certainly has a deep bench, and he may go to it in the second half as we're approaching the end of the first half. A little bit of a wayward shot there from UBC. Shots may have actually favored the Ravens. However, the shots in the back of the net have absolutely favored the Thunderbirds. You still hear the crowd singing. The alumni, they will not relent for 90 minutes regardless of the score. They're waiting for this moment for a long, long time. Ball knocked forward into the box. I'm sure the Ravens will need every ounce of the Bronson boys' energy here tonight to see if they can lift themselves out of this hole. It would be a spectacular comeback as UBC has staked a 2-0 lead here, and Carleton we don't see Carleton not score at home very often, Alex, but not looking good so far in the first half. Comba under pressure, good little swivel, and into Debrienne looking for some space, and UBC swarming now in defending, and ball's gone out for a throw-in.
Stevie, like you alluded to, there are difference makers on the Carleton bench who are going to be chomping at the bit to get in. Danny Asaf, the big striker. And Matt Huash, of course, we know how much of a difference maker he is. You know, Carleton is long from out of this game, but they need to start putting together something to get back into it. You know, if not at the end of the first half, then early into the second half, because at the moment they have quite a road to climb back.
Agreed. Right now, unfortunately, they're looking at a game tomorrow in the consolation. If the score is Scoreboard does not change. We'll see another free kick from Chris Lee, who likes to bend them in. He needs to keep it away from Kyle Potter, and he'll try to hit the penalty spot. He's done so effectively. Farmer lurking on the back post. It's gone for a goal kick, I believe, and there's a little bit extra time, 1 minute. As the first half winds down here from the Raven Perch, Keith Harris Stadium on the campus of Carleton University.
Yeah, you can see UBC, they have a high press going on, Stevie. They have about 5 or 6 players committed to that press, and it's making it difficult for Carleton to play their system and to build out of the back. And I think a booking for Rafi Garcia. It is a booking. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You can really tell it's across the pitch whether he did get the ball, but it's sometimes referees will just call that kind of spread-legged challenge when you lunge in with one leg and you have a trailing leg in behind. It can be deemed dangerous even if you do play the ball entirely. I've seen them called.
Yeah, I think the sweeping action, you're right, Alex. It just took a bit too much leg. And there we see the Bronson boys, the Carleton supporters. They're singing songs. They got a hockey stick there, and they're rooting their team on as much as they can here on the campus of Carleton University. The host of this 2021 U Sport Men's Soccer Championships. Glad you could join us here on CBC Sports. Ball floated in. No Thunderbirds there, and Matteo DeBrienne has oodles of time, but that's the whistle for the half, Alex, and UBC's done the business really in the first half. I mean, everything you could imagine. I think if the coaching staff sat down and said, hey, we're going to be up 2-0 against the hosts in a bit of a hostile environment, they would have taken it any day of the week.
They would have taken it, Stevie. Really, UBC has done it simply through taking their chances. They haven't really put together much of a system or a tactical advantage over Carleton. Carleton's the one that's been, trying to play with the ball, trying to keep the ball down and create chances. But UBC had 2 chances and they put 2 chances away. Might have been a little bit lucky, but you have to be good to be lucky. And they find themselves deservedly 2-0.
Yeah, and a little bit of hard luck for the Ravens, but hey, that's the way it goes. We're in a national championship. But you're watching the U Sport Men's Soccer Championships on CBC. We'll take a break and we'll be back with the second half. And welcome back to U Sports on CBC and our continuing coverage of the 2021 Men's Soccer National Championships from Carleton University in Ottawa. Stevie Ball and Alex Zaslavsky bringing you the call here from the Raven Perch.
Stevie, I think it's no understatement. The hosts are probably stunned. It's 2-0 UBC Thunderbirds against the Carleton Ravens. A real mountain to climb here for Carleton. They were kind of a little bit disillusioned, a little bit at 6s and 7s in the first half. UBC took their chances. They had 2 chances. They took them both. It's 2-0. Can Carleton get back into it? Buckle up, everyone. This is going to be a brilliant second half.
Really is. We'll see if we've got a game on our hands here. Carleton certainly needs the goal to make this interesting, and we'll see what they've got in the bank here. Here's Tarek Hamad on the ball now, number 12 for the Ravens.
We'll try to bring you the substitutes in just a minute as we assess exactly if there were any changes made.
Like Piccioli still up front, and perhaps some personnel moved around on the field, but we don't see any immediate substitutions popping in. Rafi Garcia now on the campus side. Hassan Mohasser out to Comba. Comba with a tough touch, and he's given away possession, and he's playing a little bit out of position, Alex, and Carleton have been broken down twice in the match, and they've resulted in a goal each time for the UBC Thunderbirds. One took an unlucky deflection. Kyle Potter really didn't have a chance, but UBC has taken their chances and taken them well.
Scotty Mazzotta just dribbled into danger there. Stevie, not really sure you needed to drive that deep with 4 UBC defenders there.
See if Carleton's got a goal in them here. If just kicking off the second half. UBC in dark blue and Carleton Ravens in white. Here comes Gabby Bitar. Bitar, he'll flick it in to Conte. Oh, and that's just gone wide. And
there was contact between the goalkeeper, McKay, and Rafi Garcia, Stevie. I'm not sure the referee indicated anything, but it looked like there was contact. The Carleton players were asking questions, but I think the ball was already gone, would be the referee's argument there.
Agreed, but Bennett McKay, a bit too much contact on Rafi Garcia, who Already had a goal disallowed earlier in the match, Alex, unfortunately for the young man, making a great run forward.
Yeah,
from the back.
on a very much similar chance to that, wasn't it, Stevie?
Ravens have yet to break the ice here. The U Sport Men's National Championships 2021.
UBC really benefiting from a cheeky chip goal, a really, really great finish, and then a very, very unlucky deflection for the Carleton Ravens that sailed over Kyle Potter. Truthfully, Stevie, it reminded me, some of the older football fans will remember a 99 Champions League semifinal between Juventus and Manchester United. Pippo Inzaghi scored, Juventus scored two very quick goals in that game, and Pippo Inzaghi, the second one, was very much similar to that. It was a deflection and a blooper over Peter Schmeichel. United, of course, went on to win that game 3-2. After a monumental comeback.
Yeah, it was a huge game in the history of soccer, and we'll see if Carleton have a similar comeback in them as Conte lays it out to the Bronson side, and that's Matteo De Brienne back to Conte, the maestro, dispossessed, took a heavy touch, and De Brienne will try to pop it back into the air. It'll trickle in, and oof, Gabby Bitar was lurking around there. One of Carleton's all-time leading goal scorers, number 10. Got 40 career goals in 4 seasons for the Ravens. Prolific player, 2-time All-Canadian, Rookie of the Year in his first year, and drafted into the CPL. Chose to come back to Carleton. Here's De Brienne. De Brienne flicking it in, and Carleton looking for a foul at the top of the box. It's fallen to Garcia. Garcia will have a whack and taking a deflection. UBC defending like fiends here, Alex, and not giving anything away to the Ravens. Fans certainly getting anxious. We had the drum going early. The alumni were singing and trying to urge their Ravens on here. A really electric atmosphere at the Raven Perch, but Carleton have yet to rise to the task here.
Brilliant to be here with you on CBC Sports, Stevie. And if you're listening to us from outside the country, or really wherever you're listening to us from, feel free to send us a tweet at CBC Sports and let us know where you're listening from. We'll be checking tweets. We'll see if we get a chance to read some back.
Great streaming service here on CBC. We want to thank them for picking up the U Sports National Championships. Great for the country and great for amateur sport. Here's Piccioli, who will lay it off. Here's Carleton now, good in possession, looking better, looking more confident going forward. Strike of a, wow, what a strike, Alex. From 38 yards, and Bennett McKay sticks the hand up, gets enough of it, and deflects it over the bar for a corner kick. We'll watch this on the replay, and it's right at 30 yards, just inside, and that's Gabby Bitar for you.
It's Gabby Bitar, but it's also in his sweet spot. He loves coming across the penalty area and having a strike like that. We've seen a highlight reel goal from earlier in the season of him doing that, and that was another chance just like it. But now here's Carleton with the corner.
Looped in, and dangerous, and there's a deflection, but it's not on target, and Hassan Mosar, he was in the right spot, Alex. He just didn't get it cleanly.
Yeah, I think he just got a glance on it, Stevie, but couldn't quite get enough of the ball.
Early goal for the Ravens would certainly put them back in the game, and UBC up 2-0. Dangerous lead, any coach will tell you, but it's a lead nevertheless. And UBC will take it here on the road. A long way from home are the Thunderbirds. Here's UBC now.
But they're making it their home, aren't they, Stevie?
They really are. I mean, it is a nest, Alex, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, Ravens do live here. We're usually a bit hostile to other birds, but the Thunderbirds have come in and made it their own home now.
They have, haven't they? They've been hostile to the Ravens today so far.
Dario Conte sprays it out to Mazzotta into Garcia. Garcia will hop into the space. Bit of a poor ball back and put Mitch O'Brien in a bad position. Here comes UBC, and they've seemed to capitalize on these half chances. Not throwing players forward, but certainly happy to dribble around. That's Mackenzie Cole, and he'll commit a foul.
Yeah, uncharacteristic giveaway by Rafi Garcia. Stevie really created that chance, and Carleton seemed just a little bit rattled off their game. They need to just get back, settle down, get back to their game, play with confidence. They have to pretend it's 0-0. I know it's hard, but they just have to get back to playing their game. That, for me, is the only way they're going to get back into it. But UBC can just continue what they're doing. They're frustrating Carleton. They're living off the bits. They're getting stuck in, and they're just creating unsettling opportunities for Carleton and taking chances of their own.
Well cleared by UBC, and that's a kick it to Bronson. It'll make its way up to the grassy knoll. Here's the Ravens now, in possession. Batar looking for Piccioli, but it's found a UBC player and cleared to safety, and that's definitely a foul. They came together, but Matteo DeBrienne bore the brunt of that tackle, and it'll be a free kick for Carleton just at the 30-yard mark. 52 minutes gone in the match. Dario Conte will settle on the ball, the maestro, the distributor extraordinaire. The crowd singing, Carleton will be there for you. See if the Ravens can oblige them with a goal. There are the supporters, the Bronson boys. They got a flag. There's Andrew Woolridge all the way up from Toronto. Ball's labeled, but not on target, and another missed chance for the Ravens. Bennett McKay there, the goalkeeper for UBC. He's been busy. He's been active. He's made a few key saves for the Thunderbirds and currently pitching a shutout for his team. Ball headed forward now. Here's O'Brien. O'Brien tried to get into Batar with a bit of a scorpion kick back to Mazzotta, but hasn't found its intended target. Here's UBC, and they'll go direct up front. Good ball into the channel, putting Tarek Hamad under pressure. He'll have to turn it back to the campus side, and he's won himself a throw, and Rafi Garcia will come to take it. Ravens dispossessed in midfield. UBC will give it back. Here's Mitch O'Brien into Conte. Conte tried a home run ball there, but it's picked off by UBC, and they'll play it down the channel here. Logan Chung will try to get on the end of it, but it's trickled out of bounds. Garcia into Hamad. Hamad down into midfield, into Mazzotta. Mazzotta finds a channel. Here comes Piccioli. Piccioli slides the ball out wide to Garcia. Garcia will, Debrienne to Comba. Comba will take a deflection, and he's won himself a corner kick.
A little bit better from Carleton, Stevie. They're starting to settle down a little bit, starting to get back to their game.
Their game is possession, and they've had quite a bit of it, but nothing really effective in the attacking third, and UBC's shut them down, frustrated them, stymied them at most turns here. And Carleton has had a goal disallowed, plenty of corner kicks, and we'll see if they can convert on one here. Ball floated in to the far post. Mitch O'Brien will sky up, but it spent way too much time in the air, and here come UBC. Heavy touch. Been dispossessed, and there's Conte. Conte's got two Ravens, two options. It's chested down by Batar. Batar will lay it into O'Brien. Slide tackle. Looked like a handball. Refs waved it off, and UBC might have got away with one there, but referee saw nothing there. Here come the Thunderbirds. UBC in possession. Carleton hunting. UBC using the width. Chris Lee. Lee's got no options. He'll try to dump it in the middle. Tarek Hamad's there. He'll win possession. Out to Conte. Conte. That's a foul on Dario, and a bit of an arm tug. Dario Conte will play it back to Tarek Hamad, get it in quickly, and Ravens approaching 55 minutes in the match. Just over half an hour to see if they can score 2 goals. Tough touch there, but it's gone to UBC. That's Mackenzie Cole up front, but he's all alone, dispossessed. Knocked out to Rafi Garcia. Here come the Ravens. Garcia cuts inside. Poor ball, must be said, and picked off by UBC. Looking for that final ball, Alex, and the build-up's been good, but there hasn't quite been the precision around the 18-yard box.
Exactly, Stevie, well said. I couldn't have paraphrased that any better. Just really, Carleton, the difference here is just that precision. UBC is having a good game in terms of stymieing Carleton and preventing those really most important balls right at the end. that are going to be so key for Carleton if they're going to score a goal here early and have a chance to equalize.
See some cheerleaders out there cheering on the Ravens just beneath the alumni section there at Raven Perch here at Keith Harris Stadium. Good crowd here for a Thursday night match in the final game, and here comes Batar, final game of the first round, the quarterfinals of the men's national championships here on CBC. Here's Mazzotta. Mazzotta again blocked, too many blue shirts. Need to perhaps create a space before the shot, and ball's gone harmlessly to Bennett McKay. Again, UBC happy just to jam up the middle, Alex, and really Carleton maybe hoping for a deflection, but not a lot of those shots are getting through.
No, they're not, Stevie, and like you said, UBC is very, very happy. They'll let Carleton shoot from 35, 40 yards. They're not bothered by that. Carleton's having problems, significant issues penetrating.
Yeah, Carleton needs to find a way through here if they have a hope of staying in this match. UBC is happy at 2-0, and 2-0 gets them a result.
Catch the 2021 Protocase U Sports Women's Soccer Championship presented by Bell Alliant all weekend long from Cape Breton University, only on cbcsports.ca and CBC Gem.
A bit of back and forth in midfield. Here's the Ravens now. Just two players up there for Carleton, and the pass is ineffective, and Mitch O'Brien's given away a foul. And
yeah, Mitch is going to go in the book here, Stevie. I think he's been lucky not to go in the book earlier today. He's had a couple flash points around the referee. He's finally in the book now. He's going to have to be careful, the player.
That's Nicholas Momatani, number 26, scored the second goal off a deflection for the Thunderbirds. Jackson Farmer, number 5, the big number 5 for UBC. Alumni are still singing, but so far haven't had much to cheer about in this match, as it's been UBC on the score sheet twice. Carleton with a lot of possession, but not a lot of dangerous chances. And Scotty Mazzotta, speed has done well there, and he's maintained possession. He's making a hero run. He's going to ride off Farmer. He could go all the way. Mazzotta! Big skate save from McKay as Mazzotta made a 45-yard run but couldn't finish.
Stevie, he created that himself really virtually out of nothing, and you're right, McKay just in the right place at the right time, cut off the angle and kept the clean sheet for UBC. Just a brilliant save off of a really, really good chance for Scott Mazzotta.
Mazzotta, the Ottawa native and quiet leader of these Ravens. Throw in for UBC. UBC trying to avenge a loss where Carleton went into British Columbia when they were hosting and knocked them off. So this could be a bit of payback from 2018. Tarek Ahmad, no foul there, and Scotty Mazzotta will release it early.
Yeah, the game's really stretched now.
Yep, some space is opening up. Let's see if Carleton can exploit any of that space, and they're still trying to find the right ball forward, and there's Batar. He'll run onto it. Good little steps. He's in the box, and he's dangerous in the box. He'll dribble across, have a shot, and it's gone in! That's Gabby Batar! 2-1 UBC as Carleton has brought one back.
That is a goal for your Carleton Ravens!
That's a needed goal, Alex. And it was coming, but they needed that goal.
Stevie, classic Gabby Batar. They finally got a bit of a stroke of luck. Gabby just cuts inside onto his right foot. He loves doing that. Just smashes it in the near post, but that's just what Carleton needed. It was just the spark. Really, really a great effort. The only thing you could say about the UBC defending is we weren't close enough to Batar. You got to get really close to him because he can just pull the trigger really, really quick. But just like that, Carleton's back into it. Are we ever going to have a wild 30 minutes to come?
We really are. The alumni are bouncing up and down in the stands. The songs are coming out, and hopefully that's a momentum shift for the host Carleton Ravens. But they still find themselves down 2-1 here, as the alumni are, they've thrown some toilet paper on the field. I think we've
streamers. It's like a ticket tape parade.
And the fans are alive there. You can see the flag waving, and the toilet paper's come down, causing a bit of a delay. And I think toilet paper sales certainly went up in the National Capital Region over the last 24 hours, Alex.
Let's call it bathroom tissue for aesthetics.
Yes,
Stevie.
great call, bathroom tissue. And Carleton pitch looking a bit slick there as Mitch O'Brien takes a tumble.
Yeah,
And
Stevie, Mitch is on a yellow card. You wonder if Quasi Loney's thinking, do you take out a player who's been booked, who's playing holding midfield?
And here's UBC now. They're not going away, Alex. Ball still hanging around the box, and that's a huge save from Kyle Potter. Cleared out of the box in a bicycle kick, and UBC just came back down the pitch and nearly scored, Alex.
Really acrobatic clearance. Stevie, Kyle Potter keeping his team into it.
And there's a foul there, and Carleton looking to capitalize on the momentum, but UBC came down and nearly nipped another one,
And
Alex.
I want to say that's probably their first shot on goal since their second goal, isn't it, Stevie?
Yeah, it really is. They've been absorbing pressure from Carleton for the last 20 minutes. Gabby Batar trying to get his team motivated and trying to capitalize on some of the adrenaline that's flowing through their bodies after that beautiful goal. Crowd is really into it now, urging the Ravens on. And here's Gabby Batar, two-time All-Canadian. Tarek Ahmad. He'll knock it down the sideline into Mazada. Mazada back to Hamad. Hamad will try and switch fields. He'll go into Big Hassan Mohasser.
Which OUA team will host the U Sports Mitchell Bowl on the road to the Vanier Cup? Find out Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern when the Queens Gales host the Western Mustangs in the 113th OUA Yates Cup Championship game on cbcsports.ca and CHCH TV.
Final half an hour of the match here. Stay on your couch. Do not refresh your stream. This is going to be a barn burner finish as the Ravens have clawed one back. UBC leapt out to a 2-0 lead. A cheeky chip and a bit of a fluky chip got them the lead. Carleton have clawed one back with a beautiful clinical near post finish from Gabby Batar coming across the top of the box. And Carleton have had a goal disallowed and feeling a bit of a momentum shift for the home team. The crowd's back into it. They're singing, they're drumming, they're jumping. UBC in possession now, looking to see if they can put these Ravens away. Carleton with a pickoff. That's Rafi Garcia. He's obstructed, but the rest played on, and Dario Conte runs into too much trouble. And that'll go, no one really knows which way. It's going for Carleton, and they were the more definitive team, and looks like the referee saying it was back a few yards. And Rafi Garcia pleading with the referee, saying that they're entitled to take that quickly. And unless the referee's coming over to have a word with someone, not quite sure what's going on. Two people getting booked. I think they were tangled up.
He's booked two players, Stevie. I think it was just off shot for us.
A message to all of our fans. Please refrain from throwing things onto the field.
And I think it must be a windy night, Alex. Some of people's Kleenexes seem to be blowing onto the field, and the fans definitely into it, trying to urge the Ravens on. But I'm sure Carleton wants no obstruction on the field, so... Here comes Hamad now, down the campus side. He'll lay it back. Didn't see a seam there, and Dario Conte with a gorgeous ball.
That's just a ping, isn't it?
Over to Debrienne. Debrienne maybe forcing it a bit too much there, and UBC, again, quick to counterattack. Carleton has to be careful coming forward. Giving up a third goal at this stage, Alex, would be another dagger, wouldn't it? Carleton now, trying to build from the back. Big Hassan Mohasser lays it off to Conte. Excuse me, Conte. Out to Hamad. Back to Mohasser. Crowd still continuing to urge the Ravens on. Tough touch there, and UBC's maintained possession, slowing down a bit, but Carleton's still getting stuck into the tackles.
Brilliant challenge for Debrienne.
Here comes Conte. Conte's found the channel into Mazzotta. Can Mazzotta hit it? Yes, he can, but the goalkeeper's done well there, and it wasn't quite a true strike, Alex. McKay was in the right spot.
No, he didn't get all of it, Stevie. He just snatched at it a little bit, and it was an easy save for McKay in the end.
But look at the distribution. The maestro just finds that channel, and it was a good challenge from the UBC defender, Mackenzie Cole, there, just to get enough of a touch to throw Mazzotta off, but the ball is continuing. The field is tilting towards the UBC netminder as Carleton keeps on coming. corner kick for the Ravens.
Yeah, you got to think here, Stevie, that it feels like Carleton's slowly starting to turn that screw a little bit. UBC so far has been relying on picking off balls and turning them into counterattacks. Carleton looks like they're buckling down a little bit. They're starting to ask some questions here.
See if they've got a goal in them here. 64th minute. Here comes the corner. It's a decent one. And it's on its way in! That's a goal, Carleton! And I believe that's Tara Kamad! I'm a killer, girl, I'm sorry. That's a massive goal for the Ravens, and they have clawed their way back, Alex. It's a 2-2 ball game.
Stevie, I'm not sure if Matteo DeBrien's claiming it.
Yeah, we're going to watch the replay. I know Tara Kamad was in there, and Gabby Batar was in there. There were a lot of bodies, but the Carleton Ravens have ignited the crowd, and I think it's Tara Kamad.
Stevie, it's pandemonium in there. You see more bathroom tissue on the pitch. You see alumni all over the touchline.
And there's a little word there from Kwesi Loney is trying to settle his team down. But here comes the replay, and it's a beautiful corner, Alex. It must be said, right where you want it, and it's Tara Kamad.
Tara Kamad, Stevie. He's just too big. He's got 4 UBC defenders around him. It looked like there were 3 UBC defenders defending that front post. The ball was just a dipping ball from Scotty Mazzotta. It wasn't a ping, was it? It kind of went up and down. Perfect angle for Tari Kamad to just glance that into the goal at the near post. Really nothing McKay can do about it. 2-2, and we just finished saying that it looked like it was coming.
A young man from Saudi Arabia who spent a bit of time in Ottawa growing up, and he's come back to play for the Ravens, and he's put his side back in the game. 2-2, and it's anyone's game now, Alex.
Stevie, anyone's game. Now it's going to take UBC to show how much bottle they have if they can recover and stabilize themselves, because at this point they're going to just keep conceding. Carleton looks really, really fired up, and again, just so much on the line over the next 20 minutes for both programs.
I mean, we were questioning at the halftime, Alex, off air, whether or not 2 goals would be enough for UBC, and clearly it's not. And the Ravens have stuck to the game, as you said, panicked at times, but did enough to button themselves down, get a bit more accuracy in the final third, and it's 2-2, and we're back in a barn burner here. All 4 games have been spectacular.
Totally spectacular, Stevie. Full credit to the Ravens. They did find their composure, as you just alluded to, after losing it, after giving away that early strike in the first few minutes of the game, and they found that composure. They're back in at 2-2. We really just going to be an exciting 20 minutes coming up. Really can't wait to see it.
Agreed. You might want to bungee cord yourself to your couch now, because the games have been fantastic. We've seen some great goals. We've seen some drama. And there's certainly more to come. UBC under a bit of pressure now as they find themselves in a tight 2-2 match against the hosts. Nationally ranked throughout most of the season, and certainly playing up to their reputation here are the Carleton Ravens.
The OUA champions host the best football team from the Maritimes in the 2021 Mitchell Bowl next Saturday at noon Eastern, only on cbcsports.ca.
UBC down the Bronson side. They're going to need another goal if they want to go to the next round. Both teams are, and Carleton's got most of the momentum. The crowd is ignited, and they didn't really need a reason, Alex. They came here on fire. So
didn't need a reason, Stevie, but it's going to be on Carleton right now as well to keep their composure, keep their heads. They're going to be elated inside. They have their adrenaline flowing. They have to also just be patient. There's a lot of soccer left to be played. They don't need to rush to try and get that winner immediately. They need to just feel it out and reestablish themselves into this game.
Here's Rafi Garcia now, and Carleton defending well, and aimless ball in, but it's gone Carleton's way. Piccioli perhaps forcing it a bit too much there, and UBC will retake possession. Piccioli hasn't had too much of the ball. We're used to him having a bit more. It's been mostly Conte distributing, and the Ravens looking to get a third if they can. They've scored 2 consecutive goals to claw their way back into it, and it's a 2-2 game with about 20 minutes remaining in the match. The 71st minute. That's Lee. Poor ball in, and it's gone to Hassan Mohasser. Mohasser knocks it into midfield. UBC will settle it and try and gain a bit more possession. A bit better now from the Thunderbirds. That's
most definitely, Stevie. That goal's kind of forced the Thunderbirds to try and keep possession a little bit and starting to play a little bit.
Yeah, they were certainly on the back foot for a good half an hour, and Carleton used that momentum to score 2 goals, and No foul there. I believe Momatani was looking for a foul as he went to ground. And I believe we're going to have a substitution, Alex, for the Carleton Ravens. And we're going to see the Honeyman, number 6, coming in, Quinn Honeyman Wooten. One of the better surnames in U Sports. He's got a built-in nickname in there, so not sure who's coming off. We'll get a good look here as it looks like it will be, as you predicted, Alex Mitch O'Brien coming off.
Yeah, it's a very, very prudent move by Coach Loney, Stevie. He's on a yellow card. Coach Loney knows he's got players that can come in there, do their business. Mitch has had a good game. He's worked really, really hard for the Ravens. It's a smart substitution. Keep it safe. Don't take any chances with players on a yellow.
Agreed. Mitch O'Brien from Chelsea, Quebec, the local product who played a few years out in Concordia and then came back home to finish his career as a Raven. And the Ravens were certainly happy that he made that decision. We've had a bit of Concordia influence over the years. Andrew Bryan, of course, came and finished his career as a Raven, and we've benefited from those two in the culture here at Carleton. Ball launched forward. Potter has had a good game. Not much he could do on either goal, really, and all 4 finishes have been clinical, Alex. One took a deflection, but the Carleton Ravens looked out of it at halftime, looked a little befuddled, didn't they?
They looked completely befuddled, Stevie. Really, really well put, and they found their way to get back into it, compose themselves, and started taking their chances, started creating something.
Now some fresh legs from Honeyman Wooten, and see if he can change some momentum, convert them into goals, and the Ravens looking to send the home crowd home happy. Conte. Into Honeyman Wooten, back to Conte. Conte with the head up, looking for a channel. He'll spray a ball anywhere he wants to, and he'll go down the sideline. Dealt with by Chris Lee, and Carleton still maintains possession. Honeyman Wooten into Conte. Carleton need to be patient now. And Gabby Bitar is dispossessed in an awkward position there, and UBC throwing some players forward as Farmer lurks up there, but he did not get the ball. Ball out to Comba. Comba into Conte. Conte into Honeyman. Honeyman Wooten. Out to Garcia. Garcia will lay it back to the goal scorer, Tara Kamad. Honeyman Wooten getting a lot of the ball since he's come on, and he'll lay it off to the maestro, Dario Conte. He'll spray a ball into the corner, making a very thoughtful run. It's Rafi Garcia. Sublime touch. Knocks into the box, and that was a decent chance, Alex. It didn't come off his foot like he wanted to, but that's Gabby Bitar, and that's exactly where you want Gabby Bitar.
I think Gabby can't believe he didn't take that chance, Stevie. I think it was right there for him. He might have been surprised by how much time he had himself.
We see some of the work that goes into changing the numbers there on the sign, and it's thankless work, isn't it? But someone's got to do it, and we want to thank all the officiating staff, the volunteers that make these tournaments happen. And we're glad you could join us here on CBC Sports to have a good look at some top-notch amateur soccer played at the university level.
It's amazing to be on CBCA, Stevie.
It really is. It's a good home for U Sport, the Canadian Broadcast Corporation, and we're happy to be here, bringing you the entertainment that you've been watching all afternoon. Here come the Ravens. Conte into Bitar. Bitar. He'll lay it down. Oh my, keeper's off his line. That's Scotty Mazzata. And I think the flag went up.
Yeah, I think Scotty would have been just offside. He looked about a step early.
A little bit of a smiling exchange there between Bennett McKay and I think it was Daniel Kaiser, and UBC will just punt it forward, and that's Ricky Comba. He'll look to keep possession. He'll knock it down the Bronson side. UBC swing and a miss, and it's gone out of bounds.
The Montreal Carabin host the best Canada West champions in the 2021 UTEC Bowl next Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, only on CBCSports.ca.
Good skill from Bitar. Bitar will create another opportunity for himself, and it hasn't missed the near post by much. The Carleton fans still drumming, still singing, urging on their Here come the Ravens through midfield. Rafi Garcia. Into Mazzotta. Mazzotta, into Batar. Batar dancing around, looking for that seam. Trying to thread the needle there. Here's Hassan Mohasser. Carleton have to be careful not to gamble too much and give away that third goal. It's a poor back pass, but Carl Potter will come and collect it. Ball trickles out on the Bronson side. Crowd still singing away. Substitution now for the UBC Thunderbirds. Looks like number 19 will enter the fray. That's Sebastian Zaslavsky. Sikowski for UBC entering, number 19. Didn't see who went off, but we'll get that for you as soon as we know. Sikowski is a forward, 6'3", another big man for UBC, and perhaps UBC's going for it here, Alex. And Carleton still maintaining a bit more possession than UBC, but UBC pesky in midfield and difficult to break down.
Definitely so, Stevie. You could see maybe UBC is going to try and take some chances. They feel like they have let this lead slip away 2-0. They might get a little bit desperate and try to really go for it, and that might work against them. So at the moment, I think Carleton's got the momentum and they are favorites here, but really UBC, if they can keep their composure and take another chance, they have a great chance to win this game in regulation.
Ball stayed in wow, that was an interesting play by Ricky Combo, who had about a 20-yard slide tackle to keep the ball in, and Carleton maintained possession. No chance resulted. Here's Conte. Conte always cocking his foot, looking for a cheeky pass into Mazzotta. Carleton being patient now, being cagey. Hamad, he'll go in, he'll go out. Looking for space, he'll knock it back to Potter and try to stretch UBC a little bit further. Hassan Mohasser into Conte. Pardon me, into Batar. Batar's found Mazzotta. Mazzotta's got a run, but he's also got a shot, but he waited a bit too long, Alex, and it was blocked by Chris Lee.
Really, I think it's the right move for somebody to shoot there, Stevie. He waited a second. He did give Batar and Debrienne a chance to get into the box. Ultimately did decide to shoot, and it was really, really a game-saving block from Chris Lee.
Yeah, Chris Lee's been an effective defender. He also takes a lot of the free kicks for the Thunderbirds, and a well-positioned leg there blocked a potential goal, keeping his team in it. 2-2. Crowd still active, still bouncing, willing their team on. There's over 600 people here at Keith Harris Stadium. It's a fantastic crowd for the first day of the U Sport National Championships on CBC Sports.
Yeah, you won't see anyone leaving to beat the traffic tonight, Stevie.
No way. And there's 10 minutes left in this match, plus extra time if it's still tied. Ball floated in from Debrienne. Far post! It's found a Raven. It's found another Raven. It's bouncing around, cleared away by UBC, and Carleton still in possession. Garcia into Debrienne. Debrienne floats it in, but defended by the Thunderbirds.
Carleton continued to ask questions, Stevie. That second goal has re-energized them. They just look like a different team. They look more composed. They're not giving away straight passes. They're creating these chances, asking questions, and turning that screw.
Batar. Just dances through three UBC players, finds a seam. Piccioli trying to get on the end of it, but they'll win a corner kick nevertheless. Mazzotta showing short. Piccioli will leave it for Mazzotta. And here come the big boys for the Ravens. Honeyman Wooten in the box. Hassan Mohasser right on the goalkeeper. Komba, this goal scorer, Tarek Hamad. A lot of Ravens, 6-7 in the box. UBC defending. Far post! Mohasser! It's off the thigh of a UBC defender. They were looking for a handball, but I don't think it was there, Alex. And Carleton is turning the screw. Carleton quick to take a new corner kick. UBC hands are on hips, a little bit of fatigue setting in as Carleton's been relentless, and ball's falling far post off a UBC player, nearly an own goal, Alex, off the crossbar, and UBC lucky to escape that.
Lucky to escape that, Stevie. It just continues. Carleton just continues to create those chances in front of goals from those set pieces. They're looking to benefit from some of that luck that UBC experienced in the first half.
And the atmosphere is electric here at Raven Perch. The fans really into it as the host team is on the last game of the day. Here comes Mazzotta. He'll have a goal. It's spilled. It's DeBrienne. He's done it. 3-2 Carleton. Matteo DeBrienne. And I think, oh my goodness, I think the flag's gone up. And it has, and DeBrienne head in hands. He's upset. And we'll have to check the replay, Alex. He may have been in an offside position. Matteo DeBrienne, number 22, jogging back. He is not happy, and the play continues as UBC takes it quickly. And the fans thought they had it. I thought they had it. And Carleton Ravens, 2 goals disallowed now.
Oh, Stevie, Matteo DeBrienne was absolutely flabbergasted to see that flag go up.
And there's Mazzotta with another hero run. He takes the strike. Yeah, DeBrienne might be in an offside position. And he finishes. He's celebrating. And then he realizes the flag's gone up. And the Rookie of the Year in the OUA East is stymied by the offside flag.
It was just pure shock on his face there. The player couldn't believe it. A really, really hard shot. It was very difficult for Mikado to get behind it. He couldn't hold it. The pitch is still slick. The ball must be wet. DeBrienne just skipped around him and put it in. Little did he know he was offside. Really disappointing for Carleton. Just chances of both ends, and the referees had to make some big, big decisions here.
Agreed, and it's more drama here at Raven Perch. It's been all drama all day, and very entertaining day of soccer here at the U Sports Men's National Championship on CBC Sports. Poor ball into the middle, and Gabby Bittaro picked that off without even thinking about it. Here come the Ravens. Puccioli into DeBrienne. DeBrienne will lay it off to Bittaro, and UBC really under a lot of pressure now, and need to find an answer.
Yeah, Carleton's looking like they got their swagger back, Stevie. Maybe that was just a little bit too cheeky there at the end, but Carleton again looks like a team that's in control, like a team that has belief in themselves.
They've clawed their way back, down 2 goals. They were in a big hole, down 2-0 at the half. UBC still in the game, however. Both teams looking for that third goal, that elusive third goal. Carleton's thought they scored it, but did not go their way as the flag had come up, and Scotty Mazzotta, must be said, with another great individual effort. That's 2, Alex. He's nearly willed his team to a goal.
Well, Scotty trying to get the fans into it. The fans are already, they really haven't stopped, Stevie. Just that drum has been just a perpetual sound for us over the last 85 minutes.
Really has. I think it's been mimicking my heartbeat, Alex. And looks like it'll be a long throw from Dario Conte into the box, flicked on effectively. It's fallen to a Raven. Ricky Comba, Captain Comba, couldn't quite finish and pushed down to the box. Ball to the far post. Matteo DeBrienne will knock it back and cleared by UBC. Tons of pressure from the Ravens, just blocking around the box. Little ambitious there from Rafi Garcia. I think he saw the goalkeeper off his line, but we're into the 86th minute now. Another substitution coming as UBC will make a change, and number 13 will come on. Number 13 will come off, Marcus Kaiser.
It is Marcus Kaiser coming on, Stevie.
Might be related to Daniel Kaiser. There are 2 Kaisers on the pitch now.
Let's see who he took off.
I think it was Mitch Peru, number 23. Mitch Peru. Crowd singing. I mean, it's a bit unusual to have 2 goals disallowed as well, Alex, and Having said that, they were the first one was a bit controversial. Rafi Garcia's goal and disallowed, and then Matteo Di Brienne. The two rookies have been denied goals here based on offside and I believe a handball. Here's UBC now. Trying to maintain a bit of possession. Clever through midfield. Trying to release the forward, but to no avail as Nicholas Momatani, the goal scorer, number 26 for the UBC Thunderbirds. Bit of a lazy pass in there, but haven't been punished, the Thunderbirds. Shipped over to the Bronson side. Dealt with by Farmer. That looked like a handball there from Daniel Kaiser, and he stuck his hand out. Carleton will get the foul.
Carleton with the momentum here, Stevie. You can see them pushing and trying to see if they can find the winner before the end of full time. UBC, I think if you're them, you really can't wait for that final whistle to come, and you will really take overtime here. You need a few minutes to just take this thing out of the game.
Agreed, and that ball headed over the knoll there towards Bronson, and Ricky Comba at left back, this Dario Conte can't keep it in. UBC's ball on the Bronson side. We're winding down to the dying embers of regulation, Alex. 88th minute. UBC 2, Carleton 2. Great tackle from the Ravens. No call there. A ball's trickled into the box. Tarek Ahmad will leave it for Kyle Potter. And a little bit of a confrontation there between Kyle Potter. I believe the foul's been given as the UBC player left the boot in. Kyle maintains his composure. It's a lovely goalkeeper kit, Alex, isn't it? The sort of blue fade to gray. Kyle Potter gets it forward. Into the last minute of regulation. Carleton 2, UBC 2. Do UBC have a goal in them to snatch the win? Here come the Thunderbirds down the Bronson side. Ricky Comba. Carleton has to absorb the pressure, and they've given away a corner kick at a very dangerous point in the match. As we're now entering danger time for both teams. You don't want to be giving up free kicks or corner kicks at this stage of the match, Alex, and see if either team has a dramatic game-winning goal left in their boots. It'll be Chris Lee, dangerous in-swinger of the ball. Kyle Potter preparing himself, jumping up and down, hands in the air. Here's Lee. He'll go near post, dealt with by Di Brienne. Here comes UBC. And that's a foul given away in a dangerous spot right at the 20-yard mark, Alex, just outside the box.
Right on the 90th minute mark, Stevie. This is the time for absolutely supreme concentration. 5 minutes of stoppage time to be played in the second half, Stevie. So much time for either team to find a winner here. It is, like you said, complete concentration time.
Agreed. Looks like Thomas Gardner takes a tumble there as he was fouled by Quinn Honeyman-Wooten. It looks like Chris Lee will step up and try to deliver some quality into the box. Drum is going. Carleton's defending. Ball's on target, but headed to safety by big Hassan Mohasser. He's been big today. Here come the Ravens. Good composure into Hamad. Hamad will lay it off. Good build-up from the Ravens. Oh, and that's a poor ball through midfield, and luckily gone unpunished. Tarek Ahmad taken down there. No foul, however. It's getting chippy in midfield, but the ref's letting it go, and I think he's seen something there. Fans not happy, Carleton not happy. UBC will take it. A few more paper products find their way to the surface, Alex, and we're in the 92nd minute here at the Raven Perch. 2-2, a barn burner. Kwesi Loney getting into it a little bit with the third official, the fourth official.
Yeah, he's asking questions for sure, Stevie.
And Kwesi Loney not happy with that call at all. Felt there was a foul prior to that, and UBC will go direct. Carleton wins the ball. Conte out to Debrienne. Debrienne will go over the top to Batar. Batar can't challenge.
What a great first touch.
Into Debrienne. Debrienne will lay it into space for Rafi Garcia. Rafi will go back to Quinn Honeyman-Wooten. He'll turn back in, that's Mazzotta. Mazzotta in for Hamad. Hamad needs to save it. He unfortunately bobbles it out of bounds, and it'll be UBC ball. Here comes UBC now. Down the campus side, dispossessed by Garcia. UBC. It's a bit back and forth here.
Yeah, they're doing well, Stevie, UBC. That's some of the best composure I've seen from them in terms of having to string passes together. And at this stage, they really do. They need to keep that possession. They're no longer trying to just defend and trying to stifle Carleton. They need to create something of their own. And you're seeing those passes being strung together now.
UBC hasn't needed a lot of creativity because they've been defending a 2-0 lead, but now we're seeing a bit more of it, as Alex mentioned. And but here comes Carleton. Perhaps a final push from the Ravens. Bit of a hit and hope there as Batar was alone with 3 defenders around him, and Carleton fans singing another song to motivate their team. Here comes UBC, blocked by Comba, out for a throw-in on the Bronson side. Here's UBC. Is there a final cross? It's gone out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for Carleton. Final match of today. 4 matches, all leading to semi-final berths for the respective teams. Carleton and UBC looking to punch that final berth for the Final Four for the 2021 U Sport Men's National Championships. Definitely a foul there, and Carleton will take it. Just on the other side of midfield, Dario Conte. Yeah, and Quinn Honeyman-Wooten definitely dragged down there. Ref's been pretty consistent in making those calls, Alex. Conte, both hands up. They'll lay it into the penalty spot. UBC, big and strong, getting it out. Comba, repossession into Matteo Debrienne. Debrienne, ball bobbling around there. Looked like it hit a hand, but the ref hasn't seen it and kept in possession by the Ravens. Here's Tarek Hamad. Hamad into Mazzotta. Mazzotta. Good stutter step. Ill-advised pass, however. He needed to keep going forward, but Carleton's still in possession. Luca Piccioli, bit of a touch foul there on the UBC player. Looks like he might have went over his ankle, Alex, but
I think this might be the last kick of full-time, Stevie. And it is. The referee has blown for full-time, I believe.
That's the final whistle, Alex. And it was a tale of 2 halves, wasn't it? Carleton really came back with a vengeance in the second half, tying it up and nearly nipped the winner. 2-2 going into extra time.
Stevie, so much drama here. 2-2. Great comeback from Carleton. Going into overtime, another 30 minutes of this great match to be played, and it's still anyone's game. Anyone here has the potential to go through.
Can't wait. It's been exciting thus far, and there's still more to come. You're watching the U Sport Men's Soccer Championship on CBC. And we are back. Welcome back to U Sports on CBC and our amazing coverage of the 2021 Men's Soccer National Championships from Carleton University. We got the host team. The crowd's rocking. They're looking for an overtime goal, and UBC still hanging around. It's 2-2, Alex, and we're ready for overtime.
Ready for overtime, Stevie. It's been a scintillating 90 minutes. We've had almost everything. Goals called back. Lucky goals, really, really creative goals. And, it's anyone's game here. I feel like I've said that about every game so far. But really, it's just up for grabs for both UBC and for Carleton, the hosts here. And we're underway.
It's just
at
been
the Ravens Perch.
It's just been an adventure, hasn't it, Alex? It's just been quite something as Carleton found themselves down 2-0. They clawed their way back. The crowd's into it. There's a big crowd here at the Raven Perch to cheer the home side on, and UBC's come down and battled and done really well. Goalkeeper's out in an adventure of his own, and Carleton looking to get a goal. Debrienne, the goalie's out. He's chipped it. Luckily, McKay got back, and Matteo Debrienne had a glorious chance there, Alex, to go up 3-2.
Oh, I think he just underhit it a little bit, but he was looking for it, really saw the goalkeeper off his line, knew he had a chance and went for it.
Here comes UBC now. We'll play 2 15-minute halves of extra time. We've seen it already twice today, Alex, and Cape Breton won in extra time. The Carabin won in penalties after extra time. Guelph won in regulation, and we've seen a little bit of everything here today, haven't we, Alex, at the U Sport Men's National Championships on CBC? And this ball finds its way through and ushered to McKay, and he'll avoid Scotty Mazzata. UBC now.
Yeah, they're continuing to show the composure they did in the first half, Stevie, or in the second half after they gave up the second equalizing goal, and they're looking to string some passes together, and here they have a chance.
Decent shot. It's gone wide. See another substitution for UBC as well. Tristan Ngohe and number 12 is in for the Thunderbirds. Can't miss his hair. He's got flowing locks, and we picked that up here. Crowd back into a little bit of drumming and singing, and we're into extra time here in the final match of the day. In the quarterfinals of the Men's National Championship at Carleton University. The beautiful campus between the Rideau Canal, the Rideau River, Colonel By Drive, and Bronson Avenue. Here comes UBC. Quality chance down the campus side. Ball deflected out for a corner kick, and that's Matteo Debrienne, the Energizer Bunny, and he'll deflect that out of bounds after a strong effort. UBC to take the corner kick. 2-2, anyone's game. Momentum shifted from UBC early to Carleton late. It's a new half an hour here to see if we can get a goal. Near post dealt with by Carleton. Theo Debrienne looks like...
It's hobbling a little bit.
Yeah.
He's favoring that. Oh, he's going to go down on the pitch now. I'm not sure if he might have twisted his ankle when he
made contact with the ball. Yeah, it came in really hard. It was swung in. There's Nadine Smith, the longtime Carleton trainer, who will make her way to the pitch. And Carleton don't want to lose Matteo Debrienne. He's one of the more energetic, skillful, and capable of scoring spectacular goals. The rookie from Ottawa with a professional pedigree, Matteo Debrienne. It's getting late in the nation's capital. We're into extra time, the final match of the U Sport Men's National Championship quarterfinal round. Semifinals will be on Saturday as Matteo Debrienne hobbles a bit to the sideline. It looks like he may be able to continue.
Yeah, as the OUA East Rookie of the Year, Stevie, you're absolutely right. Carleton definitely needs him. Spent a little bit of time at the Vancouver Whitecaps, as you had pointed out earlier.
And the Ravens will see if they've got a goal in them here, but they've got to defend first, as UBC will take a long throw into the box, and looks like there's a bit of a push there, and the foul will go Carleton's way. Crowd has been singing. I bet they've been passing the lozenges around there, Alex. There's been a lot of singing, a lot of dancing, and you can see the crowd rimming the fence there on the perimeter. and it's a capacity crowd here. It's the Raven Perch. The crowd looking for more games of import down the line, and they need the Ravens to win this match if that's to happen. Otherwise, the consolation round awaits tomorrow. Ball flicked in, well competed for by the Maestro. He looks into Debrienne. Debrienne back to Comba. Comba looking for his best option, getting tight in there, and a little too tight for the captain, and it's trickled out of bounds.
Yeah, it's really good pressure, Stevie, from number 13, the UBC player. I'm just looking for
Marcus
his name.
Kaiser.
Yeah, it's Marcus Kaiser, the substitute. My apologies.
Another substitution as well as we'll see Sam Fletcher enter. For the Thunderbirds. That's Riley Pang at the back, number 18, getting it forward. UBC with a few substitutions now. Let's see if it'll make a difference with the fresh legs. Honeyman Wooten loses that challenge, and ball laid back. UBC looking a bit more effective through midfield. Good triangle passing, and Carleton have to be careful as the ball trickles into the box, and Tara Kamad will usher it out of bounds safely.
Well shepherded out, Stevie. UBC's maintaining possession well. They're starting to ask a couple questions really of Carleton, but it's just still early here in the first half of extra time. And other players on the ground, I think it's Rafi Garcia that's on the pitch right now.
Yeah, Rafi's had some cramping issues, I think, Alex. We've seen that in a few other games, and it looks like he's being attended to. Looks like a calf cramp. The two muscles there, the gastrocnemius and the soleus, they get tight when there's not a lot of water. And thank you to my physiotherapy friends for that terminology.
Unbelievable, Stevie.
I studied before the match, Alex, so. I want to also thank all our viewers who are tuning in far and wide, alumni, family, friends. We have another substitution, a fan favorite, Imad Houash, number 20, for the Carleton Ravens, coming in for the rookie, Matteo Debrienne. And Imad Houash, that's a like-for-like swap, isn't it, Alex? Because Imad Houash can deliver a beautiful ball.
For sure, Stevie. You wonder if maybe Matteo has sustained a bit of a knock, and Kwesi Loney wants to save for tomorrow.
Or Saturday.
Or Saturday, regardless if tomorrow will be. And Imad Houash definitely can come in and do the business. He's a game changer himself.
Mazzara. It'll take a deflection, but it's gone out for UBC throw-in on the Bronson side. Stevie Ball and Alex Zaslavsky finding ourselves in yet another overtime match here at the U Sport Men's National Championships in soccer. Kyle Potter will boot that as far as he can. UBC's one possession. Flash looking for his first touch. Ball's dropped into Gabby Bitar. Gabby Bitar. He'll lay it off. Honeyman Wooten. Carleton in possession now. Into the Maestro. Into Honeyman Wooten. Honeyman Wooten will take a few yards, and yeah.
That's a straight ball, Stevie.
Yeah, agreed.
Scotty Mazzara, I believe.
Carleton a bit slow there in midfield, and UBC streaming forward with 4 players, but Carleton hawking the ball, and it's a good tackle by Honeyman Wooten. Didn't go in hard, just went in enough, and that'll take a deflection over the grassy knoll.
And into the Bronson Knight.
Into the Bronson Knight. Rafi Garcia. Ten minutes gone in the first overtime period. Carleton 2, UBC 2. It's been wall-to-wall action here on CBC Sports for this U Sport Men's National Final. We've had the Women's National Finals going on in Cape Breton.
So close every game today for the men, Stevie. Just shows how evenly matched these teams are. Really, 3 games into overtime. One decided on penalty kicks. Really just anyone's tournament. Really too close to call so far.
It really is. There's a lot of pedigree here. A lot of teams who've used to it. That's a lazy ball. Laid in. Oh my goodness. Bad touch from Batar. Mazzotta gets the second opportunity, takes a deflection, and that's sloppy from UBC, but Carleton couldn't capitalize.
Oh, Stevie, it is the epitome of untidy from UBC. You almost cannot believe that Carleton did not punish them there.
Yeah, flabbergasted that did not go in. But the Ravens still with a chance. Swung in. Decent ball. McKay had to be big. He's punched it straight up in the air. Comba flicks it back. And I believe McKay might have parried that out. He's claiming he didn't touch it, but the referee has deemed that he has. And it's another one. Here's Ricky Comba, flicks it off. Garcia. And to be honest, McKay had to deal with it because Quinn Honeyman-Wooten was lurking. Well spotted by the referee, and pretty solid officiating here today as well, must be said. Ball swung in. Oh, goalkeeper's done well. As Quinn Honeyman-Wooten took a punch to the back of the head, but that's the nature of the beast when you're standing on the goalkeeper.
Those are such dangerous near post balls, Stevie. They're absolutely whipped in there. It just takes the smallest of glances to get it past the goalkeeper. We almost saw it there.
Yeah, and it's good strategy at this stage of the game, isn't it? Why not just whip it in and see what the goalkeeper can do with it? Kyle Potter collects that easily and comfortably. Look for Carleton to get their shape. UBC playing a higher line, though. It's a bit of a sketchy distribution, but Carleton will maintain possession. Look to suck in the UBC Thunderbirds and then go over the top. Good layoff there.
Great layoff play.
Piccioli back in. Excellent play from the Ravens. Oh my goodness! Great strike from Gabby Batar, but McKay was up to the task.
Really great positioning there from McKay, Stevie. It's a classic Gabby Batar strike. It looked like it was headed in the top corner, but McKay was in the right position to not only catch it, but hold it.
Yeah, maintain possession, and UBC in possession now. As we wind down the first overtime period here. We've played 102 minutes of footy, and we're 2-2. Here come UBC. Dealt with by Big Hassan Mohasser. Bennett McKay into Farmer. Carleton knocking it back in, and Scabby Batar. Excellent run from Mazzotta. Mazzotta, he'll cut it inside. Tough angle, he'll lay it back. Oh, into a sliding Imad Huashu. Couldn't get on the end of it. The substitute nearly with a huge goal for his side.
Stevie, UBC is getting stretched. That's a product of just a lot of space in the middle of midfield. Carleton's asking some real serious questions at the moment. This is kind of like old Carleton.
Oh, ball struck in by Mazzotta, skate save, and McKay's had to be sharp, and so far he's kept the ball out of the back of the net. Tarek Ahmad, quality tackle. He'll take the space given, he'll take it right to the touchline and see if he can get a quality cross in. He's done so! UBC up to the task. Piccioli! First time, but it's gone wide, Alex, and the opportunities keep on coming for the Ravens.
Stevie, UBC is not doing themselves any favor. They're giving away possession. They have to keep that possession. It kind of reminds me of Laval in the game just against Cape Breton there. They have to keep that possession. They have to make Carleton chase. Repeated chances on goal, they're not going to be able to sustain that kind of pressure for much longer. They need to take this thing out of the game, make Carleton chase for a while.
It's like we'll have a substitution as the former Rookie of the Year from Guelph University who's transferred to Carleton, Moses Cafiro, will enter the fray. We're not sure in which position. Ricky Comba was playing left back, and looks like Moses Cafiro will come in. The substitution happened on the other side.
I think it might be right back, Stevie. I think Rafi maybe has just been cramping up Rafi Garcia, and I believe he's on a yellow card as well, isn't he? So probably a prudent substitution.
Moses Cafiro, a dangerous player in his own right, number 26 for the Carleton Ravens. Mazzotta. It's gone out of bounds. Again, Carleton with a deep side, so no real drop-off in skill or ability for the Ravens, and the drums and the songs continue in the crowd. Ravens with a bit more possession, looking to create an opportunity to send the fans home happy. Foul against UBC, and Carleton will take the free kick from about 33 yards. kept on the deck. Mazzotta into Kafiro. Kafiro, yeah, tried a little touch around there, but didn't come to fruition.
Yeah, just the first touch for Moses.
We've seen Moses score goals as well, Alex. He's a dangerous wing-back player. Carleton taking no chances here at the back. They'll settle it back to Kyle Potter. We'll go up the middle, and the Ravens will play through midfield.
It's got to be close to the end of the first half in extra time now, Stevie, I'm guessing. 30 minutes beyond the scheduled 30 seconds, so the referee's probably been adding a minute on, but there might still be a chance here.
Qatar with a spin move. Mazzotta. You'll have a strike! Oof, another good chance, Alex, and they're not missing by much. Carleton with 5 or 6 shots in this overtime period.
The referee's indicated 2 minutes of added time, Stevie.
We did have an injury as Rafi Garcia went down, and
a substitution or two as well.
That's right. Throwing for the Ravens. Great atmosphere at the Raven Perch, Alex, as the singing has not stopped, and it's really driven the Ravens when they were in hard times.
Yeah, no, I'm sure the fans all brought a bunch of hot coffee, and it's just keeping them going at this time of night.
Ball flicked out to Hawash. Overlaps happening, runs all over the place, and they'll go back to the middle. Bit of a shank there. Ricky Comba trying to continue his run, but it's found its way to Bennett McKay. UBC.
Oh, it's well controlled.
It's Daniel Kaiser. Kaiser tries to flick it past Hawash, but there's the whistle, Alex, for the first 15 minutes, and no goals in that half, but a lot of good chances for the Ravens, and they're still plodding away here trying to get that third goal. UBC didn't really have much of a sniff there, maybe 1 or 2 counterattacks, but still in the match here 2-2.
Yeah, I know they held tight, Stevie. Carleton did have their chances. UBC maintained their concentration. I think we're in store for a good 15 minutes left to come.
Yeah, we'll take another quick break, and you're watching the U Sport Men's Soccer Championship on CBC, and we'll be back very, very shortly. And I was correct, Alex. It is very, very shortly, and a very quick break, and we're turning it back over. Welcome back to U Sports on CBC and our continuing coverage of the 2021 Men's Soccer National Championships from Carleton University in Ottawa. Stevie Ball and Alex Zaslavsky. Really happy to bring you the call here tonight.
It is amazing, Stevie, to be here with you on CBC.
The Ravens have clawed back into this match down 2-0, and now it's 2-2, and it's anyone's game here. Carleton has shifted the momentum, but UBC with a few substitutions find themselves with fresh legs, and that's a dangerous ball, nearly an own goal, but cleared to safety. And UBC with a dangerous run from the substitute, Tristan Ngohe, and they won themselves a corner kick, Alex.
That was absolutely key defending from Tariq Hamad, Stevie. You know, in the first couple seconds of the half, you just have to maintain that focus and concentration. UBC nearly made Carleton pay there.
Corner kick UBC, as we see a few players warming up in the end zone there. Ball played to the top of the box. There's a shot opportunity, but it's picked off, and it's Scotty Mazzotta. He's got his head up. He's looking for options. Laid off to Conte. Conte with a swinging ball out. What a touch by Batar. Batar will cut across. Oh, slides one on the deck, but it takes a deflection, and I think it might be a corner kick, Alex, and Scotty Mazzotta just down on his knees, just exhausted. I mean, these Carleton Ravens have been giving it everything. Yeah. So have the Thunderbirds, it must be said. And
yeah, both sets of players, Stevie, both flocks and birds, just leaving everything out of the nest today, aren't they? Just really, really great performance from both teams. I mean, it's a shame there has to be a loser tonight because both teams have showed that they have the pedigree and quality to compete at the highest level.
Ravens now with a crucial corner kick in extra time. The second period swung to the far post. It's hit a few heads. UBC last touched it, and it looks like it's gone for a throw-in for Carleton.
Carleton throw. I think Dario Conte is going to have a long throw here into the box.
Yeah, and Carleton have been employing the long throw here tonight, and Just trying to get the ball in the box, look for a knockdown.
Yeah, a little bit of Stoke City tactics here from the old days.
Exactly. Cold night at Stoke. Ball knocked out for a corner kick, and Carleton dominating in corner kicks, but not dominating on the score sheet. We'll see if they can convert one here. Early into the second overtime period, Moses Kafira will venture into the box.
Yeah, Mazzotta needs one of his specials here, Stevie. He's so accurate whipping those balls in the box. He needs to continue doing it here.
Here come the Ravens. Corner kick swung in. It's decent, and McKay came, but he was nowhere to be found. The ball settled. Tarek Ahmad, he's already scored a goal. Good little village. He'll lay it back. Too many legs, though, and Ricky Comba tried to fit it through. Thread the needle. Tarek Ahmad. Back to Kawash. Great move there to buy himself some more time and space. Floats it in. UBC just defending now, and the Carleton Ravens peppering the box. Another quality bit of distribution. Here come the Ravens. Slowing it down a bit, but just looking for a seam, looking for a channel. Here's Swash. He'll lay it off to Piccioli. Piccioli will jump into the hole there, and he's done quite well. Lays it off Farmer. Piccioli, and that looked like a fierce elbow to the back, or head to head perhaps, and the referee is calling for both trainers. I'm not sure if there's a foul there. We see the ball get popped up, Alex, and then, yeah, it looks like head on head.
I think it's a clash of heads, Stevie. It's a really, really painful one. The referee, you can see the urgency immediately called for trainers.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. Alex is a double head injury.
Yeah.
In extra time here.
Oh yeah, you never want to see that. You never want to see concussion protocol invoked here, but it's just such a...
I mean, both players are challenging for the ball, right?
Yeah, absolutely. No malice intended whatsoever from either team here.
Gabby Batar hops up. Luckily, he's upset about the play, but looks like he... Little discussion going on here. That's Bennett McKay coming in. So Gabby Batar explaining himself there. Fell in the back, Alex, and
yeah, Bennett McKay's penalty area, Stevie, seems like it's been under siege for the last 30-35 minutes, hasn't it? UBC just maintaining their concentration, trying to fight off these Carleton attacks, but Carleton's asking a lot of questions, especially off those set pieces. They're capable, already have a great near post goal off of a corner kick. This is going to be a dangerous free kick.
Both players up, Alex, which is good to see. I think it was Piccioli. I thought it was Batar, but Piccioli took the head on head, and
I think it's going to be a drop ball. I thought for a moment it was a free kick, but the referee's going to drop the ball into play, and there might be a scramble for it. I'm not sure if he's instructed either team to give the ball back or not, but
yeah, we're not sure what's going on here. The game is just paused for a moment as the referee sorts a few things out, just giving direction to players, explaining the call, and no team had possession there, Alex. It was still up for grabs, so I'm not sure if the referee's going to concede possession or is going to get UBC just to kind of kick it forward. We'll see what happens. I think the UBC's indicating they might just punt it forward. We've yet to have the ball in play. Perhaps both players will... Bit of a discussion going on there. Mazzotta's not sure if he needs to contest it, or looks like, yeah, Carleton will maintain possession, and they've agreed to go back, and that's good sportsmanship there. Kafiro into Mazzotta. Kafiro back to Honeyman Wooten. Honeyman Wooten will lay it back to Big Hassan Muhasser into Gabby Batar. Batar looking for Conte. Tough pass there, and UBC will counter-attack. Here's the substitute. Nimble for his size, Alex, and tricky enough, but Tarek Ahmad didn't bite. Kafir will mop it up, and Carleton maintains possession, looking to not give it away in a dangerous area. Fouled. Dario Conte will take that. Guelph through, Montreal through, Cape Breton through, and we're waiting for one more. The home side definitely wants it to be Carleton, and British Columbia residents certainly want it to be the UBC Thunderbirds. Here comes Carleton, Scotty Mazzotta. He's been active and busy, tripped up there, but no foul. UBC with some big bodies on the pitch. Quinn Honeyman-Wooten will compete. Mazzotta still down holding his knee.
Yeah, Scotty looks like he's just absolutely shattered, Stevie.
Yeah, and he's just popped up now, but he certainly looks a little hobbled, doesn't he?
I'm not sure it might prompt Quincy Loney to consider a substitution, maybe Danny Asaf.
Yeah, it looks like he's gone down again, Alex. It could be groin or upper thigh, perhaps. And Scotty's a tough young man. If he can continue, I know he'll want to.
It looks like I think Gabby or might be Luca Piccioli's indicated to Quincy Loney that a substitute that he's going to need to go off.
Yeah, Nadine.
And he's probably ran his race today, but what a competitor, what a winner Scotty Mazzotta is. Stevie just absolutely leaving the pitch in a coffin right now for Carleton.
Yeah, just dying for the cause, and we'll have a substitution for the Ravens as the crowd gives them a very, very warm welcome to the bench. And
it's Mateo DeBrienne coming back in.
Looks like DeBrienne is taking a bit of a break. And
almost never see players come back on after being substituted, I guess.
Agreed. It is the rule, however, in U Sport, if you're watching at home, once you're off, it doesn't mean you're off for the match. And there's a free flow of substitutions as long as you're in the 18 on the game sheet. Moses Kafiro will win a free kick. He'll leave it for Tarek Hamad. Carleton 2, UBC 2 here on CBC. Glad you could join us for the U Sport Men's National Championship Soccer Finals. Hamad, he'll go back to Potter. Potter with an effective clearance. Uncontested, UBC will flick it right back into the Carleton zone. The flag's gone up and no whistle, however, as the refs let it run through to Kyle Potter.
6 minutes and change left to go, Stevie, and then after that, we know what's coming.
We do. We don't like to mention the word if you went to Carleton. Been a lot of disappointing evenings from penalty kicks, but here are the Ravens. Hawash. Looking to see if they can finish it in regulation time, extra time, and we played 115 minutes of soccer here in the fourth match of the day in the quarterfinals. 2-2. It's been a battle. Everything's been contested. UBC's not going anywhere. Carleton certainly looking to get that third goal. The crowd still singing, urging the Ravens on. UBC a long way from home, looking to score that third goal and upset the hosts. UBC down the Bronson side, well dealt with by Hassan Mohasser. The atmosphere has been electric here today. It's a great day of soccer here at the U Sport National Championships. Ball squirts through, but Potter's up to the task, and anything toward goal now is dangerous, isn't it, Alex? With fatigue and mistakes, you just never know. Moses Kafiro.
Most definitely, Stevie. The best thing both teams can do right now is examine each other's goalkeepers and just see if there's an opportunity for a last gasp winner here in the final quarterfinal of the 2021 U Sport Men's Nationals on CBC.
Here's Batar dribbling at players. He's very dangerous when he does that. Ball's thoughtfully played into the box, but didn't find an owner, and Hassan Mohasser will jump into space. A rare foray into the opposition zone, and a little too much dribble there from Batar. Mateo DeBrienne doesn't look fully fit, Alex, but he's competing and back off the bench and trying to give his team a bit of a rise in the last dying moments of the game here as we're under 5 minutes. DeBrienne, decent ball dealt with by Farmer. Here comes UBC. Ricky Comba given every last bit of energy. Hassan Mohasser will take no chances knocking out of bounds. And
absolutely the right place, Stevie. Get your men behind the ball, get everyone back. No need to try and make something in that situation at this point in the match.
Number 7 for UBC with a good engine there, Mihai Hadut, and He was giving Ricky a run for his money. Ricky's played over 117 minutes of soccer here today. A little bit out of position, but ball floated in. Kyle Potter doesn't bother with it, and he'll take the goal kick. Honeyman Wooten competing but not winning it. UBC wins that ball in the air. Ricky Combo will kick it to Bronson and buy a few more seconds to get behind the ball. Here's UBC back in. UBC a bit better, stringing some passes together now.
I was just thinking that, Stevie. They've been asking some questions of the role in the last couple of minutes.
Hassan Mahasa did well there, and you can see the fatigue in both sides, Alex. It's been a long match. It's been a tough battle.
Both mentally and physically, Stevie, it really wears on the players. You know, you build up to this tournament, you anticipate it for so long, and then the actual event can just take so much out of you. And it's about, it's tournament football, really, isn't it? Who can contain, who can sustain a quality over 3 or 4 days.
It's an excellent point, Alex. And the emotions run high, and ball into the box dealt with by Tarek Ahmad. Took a funny bounce on him and he popped it up. A lot of hand action there, but the ref's letting him go. Matteo DeBrienne just committed to everything, and he's lying there behind the sponsor sign there, taking an extra breather. Carleton just looking to dig deep here, both teams just trying to find that extra spurt of energy, Alex, the game-changing momentum that'll propel their team to the next round. This game's definitely looking for a hero, isn't it?
It really is, Stevie. I mean, if you're either coach, you got to say you're proud of your guys, you're proud of the effort they put in. UBC really has every reason to feel good about themselves, win or lose here today. They came in and really left it all on the pitch. Same with Carleton. Quality comeback, came from behind 2-0, had the mental fortitude to come back and equalize and almost take their chances and win it a couple times. Still not over, still a minute to play, but really monumental effort from both teams here today.
Here's Cafiro. Looks like Matteo DeBrienne. He's drawing fouls and urging the crowd on for one final push. Matteo DeBrienne, number 22, went off a little bit hobbled earlier in the overtime, but has come back on to replace Scotty Mazzotta. Dario Conte will definitely get it into the box here, and back post. Ravens committed. The ball's fallen. Oh! And that's big Hassan Mohasser, the defender. It fell to his foot, but it was rising, and it never really had a chance to bother McKay. But it's another good ball. Flicked off a UBC player's head, and that would have been the goal of Hassan Mohasser's life as well. 2-2, and we've got 2 minutes of extra time, in addition to the 120 minutes we've already played here at the Raven Perch, Carleton University. Here comes UBC, taking a deflection off of Carleton, and see if UBC's got another chance left. Another bullet in the chamber, so to speak. UBC, it's in the box, dealt with by Carleton. It's in midfield. Cafiro's beaten, but the ball doesn't trouble Potter, but he's unfortunately let it spill out of bounds for a corner kick, Alex, and that's perhaps a mental focus.
I'm not sure if it's nerves. I was just thinking that, Stevie. I'm not sure if it's nerves or not.
Took a funny hop, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. And an unexpected corner here from UBC. They're going to get one more chance to snatch this.
Anxious moments here.
On the north side end of the pitch.
A lot of Ravens in the box, a lot of Thunderbirds. It's gone far post. It's knocked back in. Oh my goodness, cleared off the line. Alex, UBC nearly with a huge goal there. Here comes Matteo DeBrienne on the counter. We'll have to see the replay on that. So Kyle Potter was there. I'm not sure who cleared it, but didn't find its way into the back of the net, and Carleton dodged a bullet there. Ball floated in. Honeyman Wooten. Will he have a shot in him? Goes in to the tackle. Imad Huash. Farmer, looks like it was a foul there against Farmer, and that's the final whistle, Alex. And that's it for regulation and overtime, Alex. It's 2-2, and you know what's going to happen next? We're going to go to penalties, and a great performance, a gritty performance from both sides, really. And
Stevie, you can cut the pressure with a knife. It really has come down to this. Carleton with a really gutsy comeback. UBC probably thought the game was in the bag for certain parts of regulation, but here we find ourselves after 120 minutes, dreaded PKs to decide who moves on and who goes to the consolation.
We'll take a quick break before penalties. You've been watching the U Sports Men's Soccer Championship on CBC. We'll be right back. And we are back. Welcome back to the U Sports Men's National Championship on CBC and our continuing coverage. And we're in penalties in the final match. Alex Zaslavsky and Stevie Ball bringing you the call. And we've gone through 120 minutes plus extra time of play. And 2-2 was the result. And it's our third match of the day that's gone to extra time. And the second match that's gone to penalties, Alex. And they're dealing with the coin toss now as the goalkeepers will receive some instruction. And both similar size goalkeepers, Alex. They're not big goalkeepers. They're athletic. They're flexible, and they're quick off their line. So we'll see what they got here in penalties.
Exactly, Stevie. I mean, if you're the coach, all you can really do is select the players that you think have the bottle to go out there and do their business for you. You want players to want to take penalties. You always want to see guys stand up, say, you know what, I want this responsibility. I'm going to put myself on the line here. So interesting to see who those players will be from both sides.
And it looks like UBC will shoot first on Carleton, as Bennett McKay will... Bennett McKay will go in first, so Carleton will shoot first.
Yeah, typically I believe that's considered an advantage. I think it's probably a psychological advantage to go up 1-0 and have your opponents
trying to catch up,
try to keep up. Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point, Alex. And we see the Ravens there embracing each other, and it's never a good place to be, but if you can finish your chances, and it's roofed. Gabi Batar took it quickly and took it into the top shelf. 1-0 Carleton. UBC. It's a traditional soccer posture in penalties. You embrace your teammates and you hope for the best, Alex. It's a little bit more tissue paper on the field there. It's been a very windy evening, and it looks like it'll be
Sebastian Jastrzewski.
Jastrzewski, that's right. And and it's a beautiful penalty, and that's back-to-back roof jobs, and it's 1-1. Carleton now on the spot. It looks like it may be Piccioli. Not much Kyle Potter could do there, nor McKay. Tense moments here for the host, Carleton Ravens. It's penalties. It's for the final berth into the semi-final of the 2021 U Sport National Championships. Guelph and Montreal are in, Cape Breton are in, and one of these two teams will be booking their ticket in the next 3 or 4 minutes. Oof, and it's clinical.
Brilliant, no-nonsense penalty. Stevie, short run-up, just whistles that into the bottom corner past McKay.
2-1 Carleton. Kyle Potter will try to come up with a save if he can for the Ravens. I'm sure Kyle Potter's father, Dale Potter, former Queens player, cheering him on. Kyle bouncing on his toes. There's UBC. Oof. Another quality penalty from the Thunderbirds.
I think it's Dario Conte, Stevie.
Conte for the Ravens. Good discussion going on in the huddle. Good to read the lips there. And Bennett McKay has had a good match. Both goalkeepers have been solid for their respective teams. And here's Dario Conte, the maestro. Conte, oof, just a misdirection there, and he just froze McKay and buried it. That's 3-2 Carleton.
That's absolutely clutch, Stevie. That is just nerves of steel from Dario Conte.
5 quality penalties from both sides, and not sure if that's going to be Farmer. Referee seen something, perhaps behind the goal.
I think maybe there's some players behind the goal, possibly potentially distracting or inadvertently distracting the shooter, and the referee wants to make sure that it's not a factor whatsoever.
Oh, and it's a good enough penalty, but Kyle Potter was almost there, and that was Daniel Kaiser, I believe. Oh, pardon me, Mitch Perot, actually, with the quality finish, and it's 3-3. Kyle Potter guessed the right way, but couldn't quite get a hand on it. Here's Matteo De Brienne, the rookie from Ottawa. Bennett McKay. Couldn't get a hand on that, and
absolutely unstoppable, that one.
That one nearly went through the back of the net, Alex. 4-3 Carleton. We haven't seen a miss. We haven't seen a timely save yet.
Oh, some players can't watch, Stevie. I can barely watch. You can cut the pressure with a cake knife.
Oh, it's it's a place you want to be, but it's also a place you don't want to be. And as Ben Steiner said on the previous broadcast, it's just instant drama, isn't it? It's just made for television, and we're not going to see a big run up here. Not sure what the referee's doing here. He's having another conversation with Kyle Potter, and I think he wants Kyle to perhaps stay on his line, and we can see the camera vibrating there because the crowd is going absolutely crazy in the stands, trying to get a save out of their goalkeeper, Kyle Potter. Quick run up, and Kyle Potter saved it! That's a huge save on a quick penalty, and Kyle Potter may be the hero here today. We've got one more penalty, and Carleton up by 1.
Stevie, unbelievable, really unbelievable. Just like you said, it was a quick penalty after a small referee interaction again. Kyle Potter settled himself. It was a short run-up, almost a non-existent run-up, and he absolutely stones the UBC taker.
And Kyle imploring the crowd not to perhaps toss any more paper onto the pitch. I think it's just a windy day, Alex, but
if Tariq Hamad scores this, Stevie, it is over.
Tariq Hamad, he's done it! Carleton's through, Alex! Carleton is through to the Final Four. Tariq Hamad is the hero of the night, as is Kyle Potter. 3-2 Ravens, Alex.
Absolutely unbelievable, Stevie. A clutch come from behind victory.
And the crowd is invading the pitch, Alex.
Kyle Potter, the hero. Tariq Hamad, the hero. The goal scorers, the hero. Everyone who left everything out there on the pitch. Players like Mizada, players like De Brienne. Everyone stepped up. They were Carleton looked down and out after 20 minutes being down 2-0, and they come back. Would you believe it?
Scenes of jubilation, Alex, and look at the joy. Look at the relief. I mean, you don't want to win on penalties. Well, you do want to win on penalties. You never want to lose on penalties, and it was a gutsy effort, must be said, from UBC, but Carleton have pulled it out in dramatic fashion.
Stevie, full credit to UBC. They can hold their heads up high, go into the consolation semi tomorrow, and say they played a good game here today. Lots of promise for their program, but today it is Carleton's night.
It's just been a spectacular day, Alex, and the hosts have gone through. The home crowd's happy. UBC is unfortunately on the losing end after racing to a 2-0 lead. They couldn't stave off the relentless Carleton Ravens, and it's just been a fantastic day of football here. We'll do the Nike players of the match, and it's just so hard to pick. There were just so many gutsy performances. I mean, Tarek Ahmad with a super clutch penalty, Alex. He's a defender. He's had the season of his life, hasn't he? Setting up that goal to Matteo De Brienne early in the season and now winning the game for his team.
Absolutely right, Stevie. For me, Tarek Ahmad is one of the Nike players of the game. He was really such a decisive player today. And really for UBC, they had a really good, solid performance. A lot of promising standout players for them. Jackson Farmer in particular had a really, really good game. Really, too close to call for me, but just some tremendous candidates for Nike Player of the Game tonight.
Again, Fusel scored a big goal early for UBC. Momatani as well.
It's a full-blown pitch invasion.
It really is, and the alumni, there's a good 100 alumni, travels from all over the world. We've had alumni come from Turkey, from New York City, from all over Ontario and the other parts of Canada, and the Ravens are still celebrating this jubilation on the pitch. And the Carleton Ravens, they didn't quite bring their A game in the first half, Alex. The alumni brought their A game. They brought their toilet paper, and they watched the Ravens win a dramatic match on penalties.
Stevie, it's very, very unusual Tarek Ahmad getting a big hug from someone just down there at pitch level.
Oh, and it's really it's an exciting scene here on CBC Sports and the nation's capital is the celebrations continuing here on a Thursday night in the nation's capital.
This is just brilliant.
I'm not sure if we're going to make it to the player of the match, Alex, because there's still like about 300 people on the pitch.
I'm not sure. There's so much to sort out, Stevie. So much bathroom tissue to pick up.
There really is.
To get off the pitch.
And just another fantastic scene here, Alex. And we're going to wrap it up here on CBC Sports, but it must be said it was a spectacular day, and Guelph punched their ticket, Montreal punched their ticket, Cape Breton managed to make it through, and of course, the host Carleton Ravens will be playing on Saturday for a chance to go to the national final on Sunday. It's been a dramatic day for Alex Zaslavsky. I'm Stevie Ball. Thank you so much. You've been watching the U Sports Men's Soccer Championships on CBC. We'll see you tomorrow.